Okay, we are ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Ashen Wastes. Last we left off, the party and the NPCs are all suddenly attacked by a massive purple worm easily twice the size of any of the covered wagons. It succeeded in eating about 6 people before finally dropping dead, in the process almost melting three of everybody to nothing but acid. So fun times. Good on you for not getting killed by purple worm. Very close shave though. And immediately afterwards, our paladin Bahamut, and right back to doing what he's decided he does best, which is attempt to intimidate a merchant. Take it away, because I believe you cast Zone of Truth or something, didn't you?
We cast
Oh
Zone
no,
of
the merchant did. Oh,
no
you
no.
did, you did. Yep.
I did. We cast Zone of Truth. We talked about what we are going to do, and we came to the conclusion that we are just gonna pack and go. But I'm just gonna ask the merchant now. How long will it take to just pack the caravan and start moving to the city?
Well, there's some damage to the wagons, so at most 30, 40 minutes.
Fantastic.
And then
Let's
the actual travel, and two of the more bounders are dead, which is actually going to make us slower.
I have the found state spell, but right now I'm out of spell slots. Uh, so we just have to just start packing and moving. I call out to Dovahkiin and tell him where is the body of the purple worm.
It is currently over here.
So I will tell the Dovahkiin to gather the team and take as much as uh, purple worm scales as they can in that 40-minute window. And I'm gonna take my brandy bottle. It's like half empty right now. I take a swig, empty it, and fill it up with purple worm poison.
How do you plan on filling your bag with purple worm poison? Describe it to me.
Not bag, my brandy.
Sorry, your brandy. How do you plan on filling that with purple worm poison?
Uh, Purple worm poison. Do I know where the purple worm poison comes from? Is it like a fang or a sac or something?
You could make a nature check, suppose, because you're a bit of a monster hunter, yes, all scouts are, but at the same time, it's late at night, you're all very tired. And actually, if you don't get to sleep soon, there will be a level of exhaustion for everybody.
That's an 8. Can I do it with advantage? Because
No.
16 better.
It's very late at night, you're very tired, everyone's very tired and stressed out. Let's see.
Just put it into one of his fangs and just fill it up.
You have no idea. You're like, I know they have poison, but where's the poison from again? And you're just kind of looking around. You notice on the ground of, well, the sand of the desert, well, this ashen wastes, which is more ash than anything else. That's the name. There are pools of greenish purple blood oozing from different parts of its body. There were puncture wounds were mostly close to the tail and the head, which is where most of the attacks were. They make as they drip, drop by drop. Every time they hit, they make because purple worm blood is largely acidic, as is the contents of their stomachs.
So I just collect that instead of purple worm poison then.
Okay, give me a. Uh, oh, Mm. Roll a straight d20.
D20. 1. D20. That's 12.
Not terrible. You kind of hold it up, hold your brandy flask or whatever it is up to the one of the larger wounds, and as it slowly drips in to the bottle, you manage to get about like a little less than half, like a closer to a third of it, full of this acid, of this tainted acid blood trait by any means. But as long as that flask holds, or you manage to transfer the liquid into something more durable, because I don't think brandy flask is up to the task of purple worm acid, it'll work. Or
I-
you could try to distill it at some point to make it more potent, in which case it would be nice.
Is it actually eating through the glass? Or is just.
As
Uh,
it drips in, there is like a very light sort of hissing sound. There's no You don't see any marks upon the glass, but it's not an alchemist's beaker. It's just a bit of glass used for alcohol or drinks. So it's not the most reliable thing.
so change the container as soon as possible. Got it.
Yep.
Also, how much scale can we get in the 40-minute window?
Ooh, let's see.
That's four of
Well,
us. Me,
uh,
Dovahkiin, the other Dragonborn, and a
Perrin,
Kobold.
you have. Hold on, my mouse is glitching out. There we go. Your team consists of yourself, Lou, uh,
Dovahkiin,
what is it? Oda Rain, the kobold, Vakeen, the dragonborn, and Perrin Battlehammer, the other dragonborn. Perrin is currently helping out with the wagons, as are most. Sorry, Perrin is helping with the wagons. The barbarian and Straight are going to work on the purple worm with Dovahkiin. Technically, you're over here as well. And where are the other ones? Oda is content with studying the creature from afar, like just kind of scribbling in their notes in their book, one of the random books of notes about the creature. Let me. So that's about 4 people. Oh, that's a terrible roll. Okay. Okay, and then do this.
like two
Mm.
scales.
Purple worm scales are very hardy materials, which explains why the thing is so damn hard to hit and why it's so damn durable. You managed to pull off a few. You and Dovahkiin managed to whittle off like maybe
Five?
8 or so of these scales of different size. Dovahkiin managed to get one like almost the size of a tower shield, like just a massive scale comes off. But the other 7 that you grab are mostly just much smaller. Still like the size of a shield, maybe, or could definitely be used to provide protection to a covered wagon, um, like umbrella sized. But yeah, for the most part, it's very slow going and very hard work. Straight and the barbarian whose name is Haraldr. Yes, Haraldr. Straight and Haraldr managed to pull off many more. They're much smaller, like the size of like anywhere from medium-sized shields to almost umbrella sized. And I'm not talking beach umbrella, just like a normal umbrella size. Like so too unwieldy to be a shield. They managed to pull off about a closer to a dozen of those, but again, slow work. And then I believe they're working on that. Let's see if Alteron would. Let's see what he does. Eh. He would kind of walk a little bit closer. Oh, I'm gonna assume that the zone of truth is gone. He would walk a little bit closer, and he kind of just inspects the creature from a distance. Uh,
He
and
also
he just
took the
looks.
stinger of the creature, right?
The bottom half of the creature is still very much underground, and the 30 or so feet that you're working on is so. Actually, no, I did say you clicked it. So the stinger is like the back end, the back half of it is like in and out of the ground,
The
like little like a snake
last
almost.
session,
Parts of it are up.
because I asked because last session, the barbarian took out the stinger and gave it to Emma.
The barbarian took out the stinger and gave it to Emma.
Yeah,
Oh, because she was stabbed with it.
no, no, it's the barbarian, the guy that's what is his
Yeah,
name?
Haraldur.
Haralder. Yeah, uh,
Call him
af-
Harold for short.
Harold. After the fight was done, Harold took out the stinger and gave it to the merchant, which the merchant responded that stinger is gonna like cover a little bit of the expenses.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I've been busy. Okay, so yes,
The stinger is
he was able
gone.
to take the stinger. That he
Yeah,
had Alteron would have taken it, though you know. Actually, yeah, you would see him holding it and inspecting it as well, and you realize that the stinger part of it, like the actual stinger itself, is almost the length of a spear,
wow.
and on the end of it, actually, let me. Yeah. The At the end of it, there is a kind of a vaguely translucent sack, and you can see inside of it other like almost head-sized orbs of vaguely purplish liquid.
Do I know
Them
that's
look. Yeah, no, you know from just by looking at it that's the stinger taken off the tail end of this thing, and that the sack is the poison. So you can see individual compartments of head-sized compartments of purple worm poison sitting there, and you would know looking at Emma that it is extremely potent. It is very painful stuff.
a c-
So
co-
Altadon is he's holding the stinger, and he has the point of it like underneath his armpit, like a couple inches pointing out behind his back, and he's holding it so that the sack is suspended in the air because he does not want to touch it at all, which is understandable. You wouldn't want a massive sack of very potent poison touching you, even if it doesn't have the same properties as acid. It's still extremely painful. Probably no one wants to take that chance at this point.
I call out to Ultron and say, "Be careful with that."
Yes, you don't say. Um, hmm. He slowly, very slowly walks back to his wagon with it with holding on to the stinger. He's just making sure not to trip over anything.
Okay, we
Okay.
are done with the corpse. Are
Yep,
we?
you collected 8 scales. Currently useless. They're usable as like makeshift shields or barricades, but processing is always good.
Yeah,
Refined materials.
yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I think we are done here. And because I'm the only player in this scene, you are typing furiously. Yeah. What is he saying to you?
My boyfriend just yelled in the other room.
Why?
He's in call with like his friends and they're playing Smash Bros on the Switch. Have you heard weird noises or me reacting to weird things? That's that.
That's yeah. I recently my mother of all people tried to uh, find me a girlfriend. Blah, blah, blah. I can't speak now.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, she even told me her mother knows. Her mother is a family friend. They are going to like take the number, give it to me. We can talk. What? I'm like, Mom, why? Why are you doing this to me? Don't do this.
Because you are old enough and you need to get out of the house and find a girlfriend.
She's not even in the house that I am. I live with my father, not with my mother. My mother is there with you guys.
I feel sorry for you because you're recording this conversation.
Not problem.
I see. Anyway, let's see what we're doing. Alright, after 40 minutes, and Dovahkiin grab 8 scales straight, and Haraldr grab about a dozen or so. The merchant Alteran walks back with the purple worm stinger in hand, and the wagons are slowly finished with repairs. The bodies of the moorbounders are taken by one of the fourth of Alteran's group and taken out to the edge of your campsite. They make just makeshift graves. Nothing too fancy, just burying them, giving them proper funeral rites. And slowly, very slowly, everyone comes back to the fire in the center and they just look. Everyone looks at each other and they say, "We Can we sleep, please? We really need to go right now. I don't care what Alteron says. I'm going. Need to go to bed."
So are we sleeping now?
Straight Katz would be the one saying this, because Straight is technically one of Alteron's men.
Was it? Was it? Weren't you just sleep before the worm attack?
I was trying to get to sleep because I was drunk. I'm still drunk. The adrenaline is fading and I'm starting to catch
I
up
mean,
with
we can just
me.
start going to the city and sleep in the caravans.
I have any idea how hard it is to sleep when the wagons are moving. And these moorbounders, and he looks over at the large panther-like creatures. They're not exactly friendly for. Uh, they're not the most comfortable creatures to pull your wagons, mostly because they're not docile like horses. They just please sleep.
Okay, I say we take a boat, see what people want to do. I say we just pack and start going to the city. We can sleep in the caravans because if I am right and she doesn't have any kind of caravan or steed, we can beat her to the city. But if we sleep now, even for like 1 hour, she is going to beat us to the city, and it's going to be a lot harder to find her.
Mm-hmm.
So
But I mean, at the same time, it's one person, and I don't know. Ugh, isn't that box supposed to be full of soul crystals or whatever he said? Some weird shit.
so yeah,
Like, man, I'm not. I'm not like his employee. We're mercenaries. We're hired to protect his caravan. We're here to protect his caravan. I really don't want to.
on that note, how much does he pay you?
He pays me enough to protect his caravan.
He pays you
to
enough.
cover the
He
to
pays
cover the
you
medical bills for the purple worm attacking.
he pays you enough to guard soul crystals that probably the cause of this purple worm attacking us.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't know there were soul crystals, so there's probably gonna have to be a renegotiation of payment when we get there. Thanks for that, by the way. You know, honestly, that you finding that little bit of information out gives us a little upper hand when it comes to renegotiating price.
I
Um,
mean, I don't have any problem with him carrying soul stones, but if you're gonna carry soul stones, tell the people your bet, especially the ones that are in charge of protecting you,
I know, right?
right?
I mean, you know, gotta make some money, and there's no point making. Oh, sorry. There's always a point making money, but it's nice to make the money that you deserve when you actually know the full details. And there's a
Yes.
little bit of that drunken giggle, and you get the feeling that it's speaking a little bit out of grade more than anything.
Okay. So waiting for the vote. What are we going to do? I'm asking all the people that are present right now. The King, what do you think? Do we sleep or do we go?
I mean, everyone kind of got beat up and melted a little. I could use a nap.
Do you think the scouts will help us when we get to the city?
Um, what do you mean they'll help us? Of course they'll help us. We're all scouts.
This is not scout business.
No, but you and I are scouts. And if we need a
Also,
place
she
to rest.
attacked me, so it kinda is a scout business.
Uh, there's a very low sigh and he kind of looks to the corner. Yep.
Okay, you're sleeping now, I guess. Long
Hey.
rest.
Yep. Everybody goes back to their beds and starts to sleep. What are we gonna do for? What do you guys? What would you do for the watch? Because everybody got beat the heck up. Are you gonna set a watch?
I mean, let's. How many people are here that are fighters? It's me, it's the King, it's Cuts, and the Barbarian, the other Dragonborn. There's a lot of people. Let's just draw like sticks or something.
Draw straws.
Yeah, draw stars.
Probably. Okay.
Like what do you want? A D20? How many people are there?
So
One, two,
there
three,
is.
4, 5, 6. We have 6 people that are fighters.
I think I was supposed to put two more in, unless I forgot somebody. Because
Like,
there's 8 people total. There should be. Yeah, no, there's if you count the merchant, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Um, and Emma, Oda, and Haraldur look the least injured. Haraldur took a good beating, but being a barbarian, he looks like he can keep kicking for a while.
so
Um,
can I just tell the Herald that do you want to keep watch because you seem to be the least affected by the attack?
yeah, I can do it. Uh, wouldn't be the first time I've had to take watch after an ambush. And he kind of waddles over to one of the wagons, slowly climbs onto the roof of it, and just looks around slowly.
I guess that cares takes care of that. Okay, just I have to just click the long rest button and everything will do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take a long rest. As long as on a long rest, you will recover hit points, half your maximum hit dice. Class resources, limited use, item charges, and spell slots. Is new day. Um, let's just lay on hands. I get back all my lay on hands too, right?
Yep, everything. Spells, slots, lay on hands. All that lovely, lovely stuff.
Yes, my spell slots are back. Also, I want now I can do my fine states, so I can help the merchants get there faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, what are we doing now?
Alright. So, after taking a nice rest, at some point in the night, the barbarian might have grabbed like a nap as Emma, as he switches out with Emma, he would have grabbed a nap. Uh, they would have, so they would be, everyone would be fully rested, and no one gets exhaustion. Yay! Because exhaustion is a terrible, terrible thing.
Yes, I know.
Everyone slowly starts packing up and makes their way.
Before we go, I'm gonna do fine state. Uh, I wanted to talk to you about the fine state. Can I have a direwolf as my state?
A direwolf?
Yes.
Well, the spells specify because it's mostly CR2, I think.
Right.
Find is it just find steed or find greater steed?
It is fine state. It
Okay,
doesn't
find steed.
have to be
Take
a,
on a form that you choose: warhorse, pony, camel, elk, or mastiff, and all of those are
your DM might
CR2.
your DM might allow other
So,
animals to be summoned as steeds. My problem is that not my problem. What I want is like to have like a wolf aesthetic. It doesn't have to be a dire wolf. It has to be like a wolf aesthetic that I can ride.
oh, I see. Okay, so find steeds examples are CR one half or lower. So for a wolf, there is a giant wolf spider. There is a normal wolf. A dire wolf is CR1.
So normal wolf for now, until I get
Uh, well,
greater
because you're
state,
you're a dwarf, so you count as a medium creature.
and wolf can't support a
Uh,
medium
a
creature.
normal wolf is a medium beast. So no, technically, which is actually funny when you think about it. Hold on. You know, because no, it says mastiff as an example. So yeah, you can have a normal wolf and ride a normal wolf. So you can summon a spectral wolf mount.
um, it's gonna be celestial, and like the fur is white, but it looks like fire actually. Like the fur is on fire, and the fur is the fire at the same time. It's kind of like that, and it has like a bluish hay to it, bluish hue to it, and yes, that is my state, and I will like to summon it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
Also, it stays until it dies, right?
For find steed, your steed when the steed drops to 0 hit points when you dismiss it as an action,
So
or
it doesn't have a
yeah,
timer.
that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. It just lasts until it drops to 0 HP, or you dismiss it as an action. And in either
Okay.
case, casting this spell again summons the same steed restored to its hit point maximum. And whenever you cast the spell, you can instead choose to, well, as an action, you can choose to bond to a different steed And when you cast the spell, you get that instead.
Fantastic. Is Ultron here? Can I speak to Ultron?
In the early morning, he would eventually come out of his wagon. And he's stretches as he looks out and sees the wagons are mostly repaired, though with two fewer more bounders. The travel time of the wagons is going to decrease
Does he see my
substantially.
steed?
He does. He sees you summon your wolf's mount. The wolf is still considered medium
So it can't.
because it can
Like,
carry a human. It can carry a person.
so it's just my steed.
Let me, because hold on, because more bounders are large.
Okay, so it's just mine.
So it's well, no. So you can ride it. Any one creature, any one medium-sized creature can ride it.
So
Actually, no. Actually, it's only it is only yours because it says your steed serves you as a mount.
yes.
So yeah, no one else can use it.
Yeah, I climb up to the wolf and say to Ultron, we are ready. Are we going now, or do you need more
Yes.
time?
No, sooner I am none for us, the sooner I find that box of my crystals, and the sooner I am rid of whatever misfortune you've brought with you, the better. We leave! He gestures towards his mercenaries, and you all take off. So as I said, travel time is going to be reduced slightly because, again, there's two fewer more bounders. What are you going to do, Lou, seeing as you have your own mount that you summoned through magic?
So I am going to. Where is she now? Is she made it to the city right now? On my estimates.
She is
Do I think she made
by
it to the
your
city?
make an intelligence check for me. This involves a lot of finicky bits.
Just
Make an
straight
intelligence check.
intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Not good. Oh, that's actually good. 17.
That's pretty decent. So obviously the tracks during the fight, whatever tracks were left from Meshulah are long since gone. So you are left kind of thinking to yourself as you travel on the wolf. That box was pretty big. And Meshudah did not look like the strongest person in the world. So realistically, she can't move very fast. That being said, there was at least, as far as you can remember, there was at least a minute before you were shaken back to consciousness from Emma and all that searching happened. And then the actual fight with the purple worm took about a minute. And then there was 40 minutes of fixing the wagons and then a long rest.
Which is 8 hours.
So, assuming that if she didn't take a long rest, she's probably at least 3/4 of the way there. Or at least she would have made that much distance. If she did take a long rest, she'd probably still be at least a couple miles out, which would take you a couple hours.
But if she didn't take a long rest, she has like a 1 point of exhaustion now, right?
Yes, that would have 1 point of exhaustion.
Does that affect his movement?
One level, the first level of exhaustion is. I think the first level of exhaustion is you get disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yes.
Exhaustion in D&D 5e.
Just checking for the movement.
At the first point of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on all ability checks. Your speed is halved when you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Okay, so I know how much to the Unfrost is left, because I want to see if I can just book it from here and make it to the city before she does. And her invisibility is gone by now.
Let's do some math. Okay, so how many?
What is
K.
my mount speed?
So hold on, give me a minute. So it's 5 and then finishing, and then that would be. How much did I say? Right? K.
Magic of D&D. We have to do
Then
math.
hold on, hold on. Uh, I think I got it right. Hmm. Actually, no, I
Considering
got it. It would be
considering
this. Okay,
the past 3 sessions, it's just been me playing D&D and others watching.
right. It's been an interesting game. Okay,
Yeah.
a wolf has a speed of 40 feet.
40 feet? That's just
40 feet.
yeah.
If you dash, that's 80 feet.
Okay.
Uh, and then in a round.
How about I cast haste on myself, then start going? Do I make it then?
I mean, if you were gonna go all out and cast haste, that would also double the wolf speed to make it 80, so 160
Yeah,
if it
yeah,
dashed.
160.
And then
Uh,
in a minute, that is
yes.
that. And then in an hour, I mean, actually, how many minutes would that take? It would take 1, 2 times 4 ish. If you cast haste on yourself and the wolf by extension, due to the wording of Find Steed,
Yes.
it would take you. You did get a good intelligence check. It would probably take you almost 4 minutes just to go straight towards Unfedas to get just past where you think Meshta might have gone if she walked and then took a long rest.
No,
Um,
I just want to see if I can make it to the city before she does.
oh, if you want to make it to the city. Okay, so I said it was a full day's travel left. So that's 8 hours travel. And the wagons before were going at like 40 feet. So
Should
yeah, you're going 4 times the speed. So you would get there in 2 hours if you dashed. Well, haste wears off after a couple minutes, and you don't have a lot of haste spells, but you can get there in.
Four
If you
hours?
cast haste once. If you cast haste once. Oh God. Different equations. This plus maybe 4.5 to 5 hours.
I will
Because
not make it.
casting haste once would get you would
No,
cut out like an almost an hour of travel time.
it's not worth it. I will not make it before she does to the city.
Mm.
we could say Nick to like an attention and ask him what Mashida would be doing if like
Yeah,
Mashida would go to sleep overnight or not.
if we
Or
get to know if she actually did take a long rest, that would be ideal. Because if we know she took a long rest, we can count better, do math better.
There's like 4 different equations, like well, depending on the haste stuff. Let me see.
Actually, never
And
mind.
actually,
Let's just go to the city because I am pretty sure I will not make it to the city before she does.
I just realized that I might have messed up the. 'Cause that's 40, and then doubled is 80 plus 80 is 160 plus 80 is 240 times 20. Yeah, okay. Times 2, and then double that. And then that's not doubled, that's plus 80 plus 80. Okay. So yeah, anyway, so what do you want to do?
I will just start going in front of the caravan, like
Okay.
about
So you take point.
yes,
Take point.
like 20 feet in front of the caravan, and I am actively searching for a big fucking box and a snake lady.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Did it? Hold on. Did any of you ping Nick about what Meshuda would do? Or
Haven't.
okay,
I'll
I'll do
send
that.
No.
okay, if you can.
I will do that. The party. Okay. What would should I? No, what should I? Let's. How would I word that? Okay. So.
Yeah, that's typing fast. You just need a mechanical keyboard, and it's going to be like ta 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 ta,
Hmm.
like minigun sounds coming out of your keyboard.
Hmm.
What are
I
you
used to have.
typing?
I messaged my question to Nick. I used to have a very good typing speed. Now it's much slower.
You used to have a good typing speed. If
I used to
this
hit.
if this
I
is
used
not
to.
your good, what is your good?
My I was consistently around 115 words a minute, and my peak was 123.
123.
Uh-huh. And that I could only do that for like 2 minutes at a time before my hands started like cramping. But my peak was 123 words a minute for 2 minutes.
Shit.
That
That's like
was hard.
that.
Typing that fast is honestly very painful because you're doing it and your hands slowly cramp up because you're actively like just twitching all your muscles in your hands very, very rapidly. It's not pleasant. So nowadays
That's
I'm stuck at around 80 to 90 words a minute. Which is a lot,
it's a
but
lot.
I'm used to going much faster.
That's like your 80 words a minute or a second.
Minute.
Minute.
No one writes 80 words a second. What are you doing?
I'm pretty sure someone out there is like that, like 80 words a second. But
There's
again,
only one way that you can write. Uh, I think the fastest technical writing is the oh, what are they called? The people who do the note taking shorthand in courts. They type in shorthand, and so they can pull off 250 words a minute because shorthand literally abbreviates entire phrases or entire sentences. So they just do the shortcuts and it types whole sentences out very quickly.
again, 80 words per minute is like one page of a novel per minute.
Yes, writing essays is fairly simple for me.
My problem is that my typing speed in English is about 25 to 30 words per minute. My typing speed in my own language, which is Farsi, is like 5 words per minute.
Mm.
So whenever I want to write an essay for my college, it's like a slow crawl, and I hate myself for it because I know I can do faster than that. But I am used to typing English, not my own
Okay.
language.
So Sioda said that she would sleep. I mean, sorry, Meshuda said. Goodness, I'm getting names. Meshuda said that she would have taken a long rest, but she would have walked during the invisibility, which is an hour. So she's still very far ahead of you. Um, so assuming you move with the wagons, the more bounders are technically encumbered because there's two less of them. So instead of 70, well, with normally it would be like 50 to 60. So it's more like 35 to 45. Okay. Which means they could cover like. Yeah, they could cover like. Oh, that's hilarious to think about that. So normally they could cover about a mile and a half to 2 miles in an hour.
Okay.
But with the lower amount of because there's two less and they have to share burden and different the wagons all have to move at the same pace to stay together because some of them are slower than others. They're hitting like half a mile to a mile they're like hitting half a mile to three quarters of a mile an hour.
So half speed.
Very much half speed. Um,
You told me how long can I go? How much can I go with
so
one haste
with
spell?
one haste.
Yes,
So okay, so Wolf is 40 feet. If you booked it with one haste spell, that is 80 feet movement plus 80-foot action dash plus 80-foot haste dash, and then times 10 because 10 rounds in a minute. So in 1 minute, you would move 2,400 feet.
that's that much left to the city. I will take one haste action and just book it to the city.
Oh, so you're gonna wait till the end of the trip to use haste?
Yes, I will wait until the end of the trip. Then I will inform Dovahkiin and Ultras of my
Alteran.
Ultron.
Think
Unfrost and
think of think
Ultron
of
just
think of
mixed together.
Alderaan. Think of Alderaan from Star Wars, but it's with a T,
Yeah.
so Alteran.
So I will inform Ultron and Dovahkiin that I am going to do this and just book it to
Okay.
the city. And
Yep.
before I go in, I assume there is like guards at the city entrance.
So, okay, so the den. No, wait, did I say the den or the hold of Unfaras? Oh my god, session
Oh,
one notes, please. The hold of Unfaras. Oh right, because you traveled from there. The
yeah,
hold of Unfaras is a large is actually one of the least dwarven holds in the continent. It has slightly more of a human and just about the only two families of Goliaths in the continent that are left. The entrants are actually two Goliaths who, at first glance, you can tell are probably brothers. They have very similar facial features, similar builds, and almost identical uh, tattoo markings across their arms and their necks. Specifically, their faces are unmarked, and their what you can see of their shins because they're wearing almost like a battle skirt to allow freedom of movement that goes down to their knees, but not covering the shin areas. Uh, all those bits of skin are unmarked completely. And as you approach, they take a step forward and slowly kind of just clang the butts of their glaives onto the ground. Halt! What is your business here?
just take like a hairful of the wolf hair and just pull it back to slow down. And do I are there from a famous Goliath family? Will I know them? Will I know
They are
from the
the
markings?
they are part of the only two, maybe three, Goliath families in the entire continent. So they're rare enough that it's like, oh yeah, it's a
Do I know
it's
the
a sight
family
to
from
see.
the markings? Like what family they
Um,
belong to from the markings on their skin?
you did get a full rest, so you are aware that they belong to the Zinthane herd. Because formerly Goliath families are known as herds. Zinthane herd.
Okay. Uh Greetings.
Hmm.
My name is Luke Stonefast. You are from Zainherd, right? I am a scout captain and there is a merchant caravan coming. I just came in front of them. I was wondering if a snake lady. Actually, I do not know if it is a snake lady. If somebody try to,
A cloaked and hooded woman.
yeah, a cloaked and hooded woman about like 7 feet tall came through with a metal box about 6 feet of cubic,
Hmm.
and the metal is
Cloaked
like a
woman.
black and has like enchanted magic on it.
Hmm. They look at each other. Cloaked woman with metal box.
Yes.
No? We didn't see anything.
Fantastic. Can you do something for me? That metal box is the property of Merchant Ultron, and it has been stolen but by that cloaked lady. I will ask you to uh, alert the city and maybe if she comes through here or the other gate, just arrest her because that is the property of Merchant Ultron that is coming through here, and you can confirm it with her. Uh, and if you please help me, I will like to go to uh, Scout headquarters and like organize a search party for her.
I. Uh, we can't leave our posts, but actually, hold on. I have kind of fish through there. Well, the one to your right, so the one on the left guard, fishes through. They have a little pouch. To them, it's small. To you, it's like almost the size of a backpack of your backpack, basically. And
Yep,
they reach into it and kind of fish.
you cut out.
Yes, I did. My internet. And he reaches into his pouch and he holds out a. It's like a small token, almost like almost like a prize medal kind of thing in terms of there is a metal circle with with an emblem upon it, and there are tassels kind of streaming from it. And he holds this out and says, "If you go to the chieftain's quarters and present this with what you've said, uh, at the change of the guard, when we come and will confirm or deny what you've said is true based on, well, if we ever meet this merchant of yours, then they can organize a search party. But we can't leave our stations right now. The guards have just changed, and the nearest patrol is not due to be around here for another hour at least. So take this and make your way there, and they will help you if they can."
I am grateful for your help. Just keep an eye out in your post, and if you be so kind to point me to your chieftain.
Oh, when you go in, just go straight ahead. The roads are fairly wide, so the main road is a fairly wide one. Go straight ahead. When you get to the fountain, take a left and then a right, and then go straight again, and then 3 blocks down, take another left, and they'll be there.
Can I take
And
my
there's the one
steed
that one next
in?
to just goes. He just looks at him and is like, "Don't make it so complicated." Yeah, he just looks at it. That's not a normal steed. It's fine. It's magic.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it's magic. Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Thank you. My merchant caravan is out. How much?
So
About
you,
2 hours.
because I said they're like half speed, and you can move really, really fast. So that was times 10, right? Okay, and then they do times 10. Yeah,
Uh,
you moved like 2,000 feet faster than they did.
so
Uh,
how much
in a
in
minute.
hours time?
So
Like
they'll be there in like
also
5 minutes.
I used one haste, so let's just do that. They will be in like
Yeah.
5 minutes after me.
Yeah, like close, like about 5 to 10, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes.
As I
2 minutes,
am
2 minutes
like
almost.
going inside the city, I will tell them the merchant caravan is going to be out 5-10 minutes. You can confirm it with them.
All right.
Also,
Thank
what's
you
your
for letting us
chieftain's
know.
name?
Oh, uh, usually people don't ask that.
Yeah, if I want to talk with him and ask him something, me knowing his name is probably going to help me.
Her name is Chieftain Hala.
Her name.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm.
Chieftain
It's
Hala.
actually. Yes, Chieftain Hala. Thank you for letting us know, and best of luck with this thief, and welcome to Anferas. They
Thank
kind of
you.
just motion you in. There's no doors or anything. It's very much a pit dug into the ground, and your wolf steed quickly bound down into it with the metal, tasseled metal in your hands.
I will
And
go straight to Chieftain Halal quarters.
yes, you make your way down, go straight to the fountain, left, right, 3 blocks, and then another left. You find a slightly larger building. And again, because everything is underground, all buildings are built into the walls themselves. There's not too much in the way of freestanding structures. Everything is very much built into the support of the walls themselves. Uh, I wish I had a better image for the. Actually, nope, that's the wrong one. Oh, where are all my images? Oh, here we go.
Here comes
Yeah.
Anfaras. Anfaras, let's see
Yes.
what does it look like.
Let's. This has a person on it. I have to do. It's unfortunate that I have to do this now because I didn't do it earlier because I was very busy and I forgot to prepare this ahead of time.
No problem.
But that's a good one. Okay, here
And I didn't see Sioda or Mishuda on my way here because I was actively looking out for anyone in the desert.
there was no sign of any other people. Mostly because the ground itself is ash and dust and sand. Any sort of footprints quickly fade due to the even the mildest of breezes would upset the ground. So there really is no easy tracking, which is really one of the downsides of one of the biggest downsides of the Ashen Wastes. Whenever someone goes missing, they're usually gone unless there's a huge, wide area search party organized. Because finding someone out here is almost impossible.
And I didn't see a person holding like a box.
There was. Because again, you moved with the caravan until that last 10 minutes when you hasted, and you moved like 5 times the speed of normal. There was no sign of anyone during the travel with the wagon.
Okay, we didn't find her.
Right. Confidences. File path. Assets library. Choose file. This one. And select. Okay. Give it a second while it loads. Do, 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 do.
So in this city,
Yay! Activate.
yay!
Anfaras itself, as I
I don't
said,
have
built into
vision.
walls. Oh my god. Every time. Hold on. Easy fix. I go to this button, and I go to
My
token
token doesn't
vision.
have
Off
vision.
fog
Yes.
exploration. Off. Try this.
Yes, we have it now.
So most of the hold is small, single-storied homes with great rope bridges and ladders and supports kind of leading off towards the walls nearby that people can easily climb up or zip line down if they're so inclined. Um,
Hello.
hmm?
You cut out for a second.
but yes, I was saying very stout homes with rope ladders and staircases hanging out, almost like a spider's web, just reaching out towards different parts of the hold, allowing for quick access climbing, walking, or zip lining down for those who are inclined for a little bit more speed. Um, it is
So
lively. There is a nice atmosphere. It is chilly, as most underground places are, but given that it really is more of an enclosed cavern, as you go through it as well, you also there's not a lot of branching out tunnels. It's a very closed space. And you make your way, as you said before, to the chieftain's
chieftain,
domicile.
yes,
Allah. And
is
you enter. How do you want to?
it's it's her home, or is like a kind of like a police station or something?
It's it's a combination of the chieftain's family home and the city hall, kind of just put in one,
So I will
because it has a mildly. It took a couple turns getting there. Realistically, it's kind of the center of the hold, because the hold
mhm.
itself is pretty like spread out. It's just that you can everywhere you look, you see houses along each wall and ceiling. Like all the space is used here.
So I will unmount my mount and go unmount my mount. I will
The
go.
wolf.
I will unmount the wolf and just knock on the house and say, uh, Chieftain Hlal's house. Is Chieftain here in? I have an urgent message for her.
There's no answer at first, and then a. How tall are you again?
I am. Let me look. I think I was 162. Let me check. I am 160.
Okay.
160 centimeters. That's about
Right.
5 foot 1 inches.
Yeah. So you're pretty tall for a dwarf.
Yes.
At this point, as after a couple moments of waiting, the door to this chieftain's home slowly opens with a bit of a creak, and out steps a female dwarf,
I'm
maybe about.
afraid of you. Oh fuck, my mic wasn't muted. I'm sorry. I'm proud of you,
a,
Isabella.
She's proud of her boyfriend.
um, a 3 foot two
Sorry.
female dwarf with a small shock of red upon her head and her face. Tiny beard kind of steps out. I'm sorry, what is. Who are you? What do you need?
I am Luke Stonefast. I am a scout captain. I was with a merchant caravan that was burglarized by someone, and I will show him the metal thing that I got from the guards. The guards told me to come here and show this, whatever this is. I do not know what this is, to Chieftain Halal and ask for her help.
Uh, Chieftain Hala is currently a little busy with hold planning. But I can. And she reaches out for the medal and she takes it. Ah, yes, the brothers do enjoy their trinkets. Um, come in, I suppose. Welcome to Anferas, and we can. You and I can discuss a little bit. I am an assistant city planner. And as I said, we're in a bit of a meeting, so it would be appreciated if we could make this quick. And she kind of walks back into the building and doesn't hold the door open for you, just pushes it open as far as it goes, and it very slowly begins to swing closed again.
I will just hold the door with my hand, come in and close it before behind me, and try to go after her. My apologies, I didn't get your name.
I. Goodness. I am Alana. My voice cracked. I am Alana.
Nice to meet
Alana
you.
Harbinger. and I am the assistant city planner to the chieftain. And this way, and she takes a left and then goes straight down a hallway past a few doors before topping at one, knocking a couple times, waiting, and then opening and going in. And as you kind of enter the room, um, she kind of sits in one of the chairs and gestures towards one directly across from her. And she just, all right. So you are here to file a theft?
Yes, we were just attacked by a purple worm, and before that, I was guarding a box that
Hold
we,
on. And she holds her hands up. She says, hold on, hold on. So your name is Lou Stonefast, yes? How would you spell that? And she starts writing.
Lugh
Okay.
stone fast.
Mm-hmm. Lou
Uh,
Stonefast.
yes, and a
And
stone fast is
who
together, not apart.
understood. And who is the merchant that you were traveling with?
Ultron.
Oh, that one. Yes, were expecting a shipment from him.
The shipment
It
doesn't
is.
involve soul stones, does it?
She gets very quiet when you say that, and she just slowly looks at you, and she just her mouth opens just a little bit, and she's
Because
uh
if the soul stone is involved, the box that was stolen is the soul stone.
uh they were
And
expecting a supply of.
and
Wait, I'm sorry. Why would you? Hmm. How do I put this? You said you. Are you okay? Uh,
she's panicking.
are you one of his employees?
No, I'm
Are
not.
you
I'm a captain of
okay?
the
Who are you?
scout. I am a
You're a
second
scout
class.
captain from where?
I am second class scout captain from Celestina.
Celestina. Okay.
Yes,
From Celestina, Merchant Alteron was scheduled to go to Kavan and then come here. We
we
expected him
met.
2 days ago, but he was delayed,
Yes, we.
apparently.
I do not know about the delay, but I met him about 12 hours ago on the road, and
Hmm.
we were
And
just
she starts.
we just we were like patrolling the area, so I just tagged along, and there was a lady. I believe her name was Mishuda, and she was one of the people in the caravan, and
Hmm. And you see she's writing as you're. She has her paper that she was writing on before. She grabbed a new one as you start talking, and she starts taking notes. And her brows just furrowed in confusion as she's just writing this and listening to your story. Continue.
so we suspect this Mishuda lady took the box because after I confirmed it was nothing dangerous because the box started moving when we stopped, and there was no movement in the caravan, and my god, which is Bermat, kind of nudged me toward the box, and so I inquired about what's in the box, which Ultron
Hmm.
said are soul stones. And I was standing guard.
Hmm.
Uh, I was hit behind the head with something metallic. I suspect
Hmm.
it was the box. And after I woke up, we got attacked by a purple worm, and Mishuda
Hmm.
was nowhere to be seen during the attack. So we suspect her to be the thief, and
Okay.
I do
So.
not think she made it to the city. So it's very important to that I speak with Chief Halal, and we send guards to the entrances of the city so we can stop her before she comes to the city and make the search even harder.
Okay. That's a lot of information. So. thief. Uh, Apparently soulstones, which are insanely valuable. So that is
Yes.
a high-profile theft.
Yes.
Uh, Assault on a scout captain,
Yes.
and uh, purple worm doesn't factor into that. Okay, so that's high-profile theft and assault on a scout captain. That's two major offenses. Okay, and she goes back to the first paper and slowly starts writing. All right. Um,
What was the
hmm.
merchant? What was the merchandise that you ordered from Ultron?
Oh no, it was it's time for our monthly shipment of goods, various types of food, vegetables, produce. We don't I don't know if you've noticed on the way in, or if you just rushed in. We don't have much space for farming, and we don't have easy access to water, so we rely very much on merchant shipments to get our necessary materials. Uh,
So you didn't order the soul stones.
If there were soul crystals, then that would be for a different client entirely, whether that's a different hold or one of the various wizards that still remain. The There are plenty of those in other holds. Unfaras is a fairly small one, all things considered, so we don't concern ourselves with that sort of thing. Um, I mean, honestly, if you'll excuse my making light of it, if as it were, I mean, this is the most high profile sort of thing I've ever encountered, and I've been an assistant hold planner for a few years now. It's actually almost exciting. We do have some guards. Mostly the three Goliath herds provide most of our security. Goliaths, they have a natural lean towards athleticism, so they usually serve as guards when scouts aren't around.
Yeah,
I
I
can put a request in.
the brothers I saw they were from Zen Herd, right?
Zinthane had, yes.
Yes. There are not a lot of Goliaths. How do you? I think that there are actually like two or three left. Are they all here? The Goliath herds that are left?
Yes, they're all here. Well, technically we have two. The third one, the bless their souls, um, the Zerthan whole herd like to travel. Even though we tell them not to, they do it a lot, and a lot of the family keeps dying off. But yes, we have the only three Goliath herds left over since the Great War. Um,
So how long until I can see Chieftain?
the meeting isn't scheduled to be over for at least another half an hour. I could. She
Can
looks at the
you?
paper. I could. Fine. She grabs it. Wait here,
Yes,
please.
it's
I'll
very
be
important.
back.
Please tell her.
And she slowly power walks out of the room, closes the door behind her. Would you like to do anything while Alana is gone from the room?
I just want to check on my brandy glass. Is it like still standing? How long until I
You
need to
can
change it?
clearly see that the glass is starting to get a little cloudy, and there's very fine series of cracks along the
Ha-
very bottom. It doesn't reach all the way through the glass. It's like the very edge, the very innermost layer. It's slowly starting to crack and cloud up from damage, but it's not in danger. Actually, no. It's been a full day of travel, so yeah, there's pretty deep cracks. There's probably like another hour or so,
okay,
because I forgot the travel. So there's probably an hour or so before I was like, this thing's gonna break. So you really need to get either a lab safe sort of beaker to store this in, or some material that is more resistant to acidic corrosion.
From my scout training and my knowledge about monsters, is this the poison or is it the acid of the purple worm?
So the blood of the purple worm and the gastric juices are all acidic in nature, highly acidic in nature.
Okay, then I will just wait for her to come back and get me.
About 7 minutes pass, and you get that little bit of antsy as you wait, just kind of heel tapping against the ground, and just like, all right, when is she gonna get back? Alana slowly uh, pushes the door open and holds it. She stands to the side, and a very wizened, orcish looking woman, wrinkles and gray hair, stooped over a staff, but still her form is, you can see muscle, still strong and hardy, even as her face and her back posture shows the age. She kind of looks at you. You're the
She
one coming for theft and assault? Is that what you said, Alana? Yes, Chieftain Hala. Yes,
is she a
what?
orc or Goliath?
She's an orc.
She's a orc.
Chieftain Hala is an orc.
Okay. I will stand up,
Mm.
stretch out a hand, and say, Chieftain Halal, I presume. Yes, I am
Yeah.
here. Yes, I am here for and shake the hand, and yes, I am here for assault on myself, which is a second class captain of scouts, and theft of about 100,000 gold worth of soul stones.
Her eyebrows lift up very high. Ah. I haven't heard that number in a long time since I was in the Scouts. How did you come across information about soulstones? As far as I understand, most people are very tight-lipped about that sort of thing.
Um, as I said to your assistant, I was praying to my God, and I will show her my rosary bead with the mark of Behemoth under my neck, and then tuck it under my shirt again. I was praying to Behemoth, and Behemoth slightly nudged me toward the box they were stored in, and after a little bit of persuasion, uh, Merchant Ultron disclosed that about 500 pounds of soulstone resides in that box, and the box currently is missing, and Meshuda, the person we suspect
Mm.
stole the box, also missing. So that's why we suspected. And I came here to ask you to inform your guards at entrances of the hold to, if they see her, they have to arrest her at spot, because she is easy to spot because she is about 7 feet tall and has a black box, 6 cubic feet. So she is
Mm.
easy to spot, and she has to be arrested on spot because not only did she stole that much soulstone, which is a lot of money, she also assaulted me, which I am
Mhm.
fairly high ranking in scouts. Also, I need you to point me to the scout captain here, because I need to talk to him or her and organize a search party or something for her.
She just slowly nods along until you finish. Well, uh, we have, well, all holds and dens have an. It's a shame to call it an inn, but an inn for scout outposts. Um, we haven't had one here in Unfaras for a couple weeks. It's mostly just been our own security forces. Um, so we don't have any other scouts currently, but
Where are they?
we oh, around. Scouts are, well, you know, scouts are busy people.
I know we go on
Never stay in one
patrols and
place.
monster hunts, but never
Yeah.
we, but we never go all out at once because there needs to be at least like one or two people of importance in every hold, and then for situations like this.
She just looks at you. Where did you say you were from again?
I'm from Celestina.
Oh, no. It's different in bigger holds, but for smaller ones like us, there's not enough people to go around. There's not that many scouts, especially with how high the mortality rates are with monsters.
Celestina is
I
bigger
used to
than
be.
Anferance.
Anfaras is like medium small. Celestina is huge.
Okay, continue.
And she just, and we've, it's been a couple weeks since the last one, so you're the first scout we've had in a little while. We could put out a request for some reinforcements, but it would take another week at least to get more scouts to come.
That would
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We are surrounded most of the way by pockets of harsh atmosphere and monster dens, so we are mostly isolated.
that would not be necessary. I have a team with myself. Just wanted to connect with the scouts here. If they are not here, then no problem. I just need you to confirm with the brothers at the gate I came through. I think the merchants are in the city too by now. Merchant Ultron should be here
Hmm.
by now. They were like 5 or 10 minutes behind me. Also,
Right.
I do you have any place that I can buy alchemy equipment? I also
Um,
need you to point me to your smith also if you have one.
you're a what? Sorry.
I need, like I said, I need alchemy equipment, and I will show
Uh-huh.
her the brandy glass. This is full of purple blood, and it will crack in about like a half an hour or 1 hour.
She takes a step back. Is like, yeah. Yes, I can
Yes,
see that.
yes, I need to transfer this to stronger glass as soon as possible. Also, I
Hmm.
need to any place that you use for smithing and buying potions and things like that. I will also need you to point me to there.
Yeah, we do have I can't call it a merchant's quarter. We do have an apothecary, um, and a smith, so you can feel free to
Are they
purchase from
both at the
them.
same place?
They're a little separated by a few streets, but you can ask around town, and they'll guide you fairly easily. Um, we're a friendly folk. We kind of have to be, because again, we're largely isolated. So not being kind results in fewer donations. You understand.
Yes, I do.
But thank you very much for this information, and we
So,
will see to it that we have a guard on alert for a woman matching the description you gave with a box that, again, matches that description. But if you haven't been able to find her, which is hard to do given the wastes, it is going to be difficult for us. Is by any chance is she capable of any feats of magic?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, oh no, spellcasters. Spellcasters are the worst to find. Um,
Yes.
that makes it several times harder. We will do
But
our best, but none of our locals are really mages. I am one of the only. people who's trained in the arcane arts. I used to be a scout many years ago, but my prime has left me, and I'm not as good at seeing as I used to be.
Can I speak to you privately? And I will look to her assistant.
Uh,
This is
Turns around. Did you have anything else for me to attend to other than the planning meeting, Alana? No, no, miss. You have an appointment in about 3 hours with the blacksmith. Um, over your commissions, but other than that, nothing else. All right, thank you. I have some time, yes. If you would all go, please. And Alana and the rest slowly make their way out and close the door. And Chief Hala slowly walks to one of the seats and makes herself comfortable. You can hear her back groaning and as she sits and straightens up. Oh, what did you need to talk about, Master Stonefast?
I will take a seat in front of her and uh, ask her, Chief Halal, do you believe in gods and higher powers?
I have been a scout when I was much younger, and I've encountered many clerics and paladins and miracles. So, yes, I do believe to an extent.
So when I tell you that my god told me to look into the box, you actually believe me, yes?
I have very little interactions with divine powers, so I know you are capable of miracles, but I don't know the extent of it. I will take your word.
Fantastic. And I ask you this as scout to scout because you might have retired, but you're still a scout and at heart.
Of
I
course.
I need you to, if we recover the box, I need you to ask the merchant Ultron to open it because the box is at best is shady. At worst, it can be really dangerous stuff in it.
I.
We can use the like charges to make him open it. Like we can say we need to uh, uh, see the soul stones and an expert has to verify the clarity and price of the soul stones to actually charge the theft. And she also assaulted me in the process. We can also use that as an excuse for tell them that they need to know how much merchandise is in that box to give me like a pension or something, because something is not
There
right with that
is.
box.
We could. We can force it. Say we must see what's inside. But you must understand, you're from Celestina, so you might have a less of an understanding of this sort of thing, but the merchants of the wastes are quite possibly the strongest in terms of power, political power. To force a merchant, say we force them, box is opened, there are soul stones, or there's nothing, or there's something else entirely. Okay, that's done with. Your curiosity is sated because we've done the thing. What happens to us, unfair us?
I'm not asking you to force
We
him.
know,
I'm not asking
understand.
you to force him. I'm asking you to tell him that you cannot charge the person that stole the box until you assess how much merchandise was stolen. If he says no, my suspicion is confirmed, and you can just drop it and say we cannot charge the person that stole your box, and that
She looks at you
and that's
mildly
that.
offended. She looks at you offended. Is like, that is a that's not how that works. The laws are the laws, and they've been that way. And it is clear that if you came to report, which you did, a theft, the theft was of a black box which contained materials within it. I don't much care what was inside the box. Well, I should say the law doesn't care what's inside the box. It cares that something was stolen from a merchant.
But you
I
will
can't
ask
just
of the merchant that
refuse to
brought.
charge. I can't just refuse to charge a thief when you have reported a thief. It's already filed, and it's is taking care of it.
I'm not
There is
asking you
evidence.
to not charge her. I'm asking you to tell the merchant that you cannot charge her to the full extent of her crime unless you know how much merchandise he stole. So you can just give her the minimum sentence, or or he can open the box. We check the merchandise. We find out how much is worth and give her the maximum. If he says
Master,
no, that's the end of it. You just charge her with how much sentence you want, and my suspicion is either confirmed or denied. Can you do that?
regardless of what we do, he would not consent to his merchandise being touched. This is not something we can work around. It's, oh, oh goodness. You're a young one. There's not very much we can do. We cannot just. There is no way to finagle around the issue and get your curiosity sated. If you want to know, I would suggest possibly proposing a purchase, purchasing it on your own accord, or the for Celestina. If this is what he says or not, you buy it. Anferas is not going to step in on this issue
Do you have a thief guild
because
in the hold?
she furrows her brows. We don't allow thievery. It's illegal.
I know, but that doesn't stop people from doing it. I'm asking if you know of a thief guild in Anferas.
Master Dwarf, you are asking very bizarre questions. I am a hold chieftain. I am not some citizen or corrupt noble with ties to thieves' guilds.
I'm not asking
My
you if
hold
you
is
are
my hold is my
connected.
hold. Whew.
I'm not asking you that if you are connected to thieves guilds. I'm asking you because basically you are the police of this hold, and has there been an unusual amount of thievery in the hold? Because if there is, then there is a thief guild here, and she can go to the thief guild to sell her stolen goods. I'm asking for
Anfaras is a
that.
very close knit community. We do not have any such thing, and if we did, I would personally make sure that it is stamped out.
Perfect. Then she has no option but to come here, and nobody helps her here. Fantastic. Because this is the closest city to where the box was stolen. So I appreciate your help. And again, think about my proposal. You don't have to force it. But if you don't want to do it, I will understand. And I will get up and say, I will show myself out then.
She slowly nods towards you. Best of luck, Master Dwarf. And she, slowly starts to stand.
So I
You
will
make your way out.
Yeah, I will make my way out and go to where I can buy a stronger flask for the poison, for the acid.
Mm-hmm. Make your way around the hold, and you ask a couple questions here and there. You eventually find your way to an apothecary first, filled with all manner of ingredients in jars and other containers. Um, do you just want to purchase a suitable container for your acid?
No, actually, I want to go in and talk to the owner.
Okay.
I will just go into the shop and say, Master, Master, are you in?
Hmm. 1 minute, and you hear just a very old voice coming from the back of the shop, and then you hear a deep, as you close the door behind you, sounds from outside fade, and you just hear a gentle rumbling of boiling water, and then the door opens, and an old gnome, no, an old dwarf steps out. Hello. Oh, my glasses. Where did I put them? Ah, there they are. And he reaches towards the counter, and slowly puts on these oversized pair of glasses, and he squints at you. Hello, young man. What can I do for you today?
Hello, fellow dwarf. How are you? Uh, I was wondering if you are in market for pepperworm acid.
I, I haven't actually. I don't get that very much. How much do you have?
I will slowly take my brandy uh, bottle out and say, it's about half of this brandy glass, but be careful with it. It has been in there for about half a day and it might break at any moment. So if you don't want to buy it, I will buy a safer container for it.
He reaches out and very slowly takes the brandy glass. I'm actually surprised it's held up this way. Oh no, I see. Okay. There's a lot of blood mixed with this. It's actually a bit contaminated. Let me get a new beaker for it. Puts it on the counter. You hear him knocking into several different glasses. He reaches under the counter before grabbing a decently thick beaker, putting it on, and then uncorking the brandy glass and pouring a acid blood in there. Hmm. Well, it's a bit contaminated with the blood. Uh, uh, hold on, let me. Everything's a mess in here, he says. Though you notice that everything is perfectly organized. Like everything is neat and overwhelmingly tidy and clean. And he goes into the back and he comes out again with a thick book and he puts it on the counter. And he slowly starts to turn pages. Pepper worm, pepper worm, pepper worm. Oh, it's near the end of the book. Urgh. Huge chunk of papers go towards the side. Ha, there we are. Pepper worms. Distilling them requires. That's. That should take a little bit of time to do. Um, that's about 5 ounces of the stuff. Oh no, I'm blind. Sorry. That's 2 ounces. Oh, liter of the stuff. Okay. And this is with blood, so I have to boil this over high heat using eye of newt as a catalyst, and that would take me about an hour to purify the blood to get just the acid out of it. I'm sorry. What did you want me? What did you want to do with this again? Were you looking to sell it or to purchase the?
How much will it cost to refine it?
So if you want to refine it into acid for your use, well, uh, labor costs a couple hours of work, so there's a couple there, and then actual blood itself, refining it is fairly potent. Uh, Usually I would do another three or so, and then the actual acid. It's fairly valuable. Purple worms are very rare and very hard to kill. Um,
Yes, we had quite a fight with them.
hmm. I could give. Yes. If I refine this, it would take me a couple hours to completely refine it to make sure there's no impurities, just the actual pure acid. Um, at the end of the 3 hours, that would cost about normally there would be like a markup price if I sold it to you as acid, but since you brought it in yourself, I knock that price off for scouts. About 10 gold pieces for the overall process of doing it and refining it because it is a very lethal acid. The fumes alone can actually kill someone, so about 10 or so gold would cover most of this. If it was someone else brought this in, right? Or if you brought this in, right? I refine it and then I sell it to someone else with the proper markup because purple one poison is extremely expensive, very sought after, and purple worm acid is less sought after but also exceedingly useful. Um, I would be able to sell it for a few hundred gold once it's purified.
Actually, can I
Uh,
use what can I use the acid for? I
just
actually
about anything. Purple worms are extremely dangerous creatures. The proper dose, no, a normally refined dose of the poison of the acid could be used for weapons, ammunition,
can I use
and
it
that would
for
deal.
smithing because I have about an armor size of its kitting, its scales also. Can I use the scales and the acid uh, and take it to the smith and make an armor for myself?
I mean, oh, the scales of the worm. I suppose the acid could be used to help shape the scales themselves, but I don't know if there's enough of that. I
Actually, you know
don't.
what? Please refine it. At the worst, I will just sell the acid to the smith,
Mhm. Um. All
and I
right.
will pay you 15 gold pieces
Oh,
to
thank you.
yes. Put a rush into it. 15 gold pieces for a rush. Can you do it in say 2 hours, 3 hours?
2 hours. It's not a very large dose, but I do have to be very careful again, and just making sure there's no impurities takes most of the time. So about maybe 2.5 hours, and then the acid will be fully refined. Um, yes, thank you. It's always a pleasure to work with rare materials. And he slowly takes the beaker and walks off to the back.
So I will, before he goes out, I will say, "Here you go, master. Here is your 15 gold, and I will be back here in 3 hours."
Thank you. Have a very good day. He takes the gold and he just scoops it into his apron pocket and waddles into the back of the shop.
So next, I will go to the smith.
The smith, uh, you go about 3 blocks away and you find the smith, who is a very pale skinned human, maybe about 5'7", 5'8", fairly burly, but also the very pale because they don't get out much and they just ping, ping, ping away.
Master Smith,
Yes. Oh, hello. Hello there. What do you need, Master Dwarf?
Hi, how are you? Uh, I will just want to look around at the shop. Are there any weapons at display?
There's a
Weapons,
couple weapons
armor.
displayed. Swords, shields,
Can I use my stone
couple
cunning
glaives.
plus my
Mhm.
can I use my stone cunning plus my proficiency with smithing tools to deduce how good he is at smithing?
Sure.
What do you need me?
Stone cunning. Well, I think stone cunning refers to intelligence checks regarding stone, hence the name. Let's see.
Can I do like
Stone
a
cunning. Whenever you make a
perception?
history check related to the origin of stonework, you are considered proficient in the history skill and add double your proficiency bonus to the check. Um,
Do I just do a history?
yeah, it would be an intelligence history check to kind of compare to what you've seen in Celestina.
That's
24.
24.
That's
Yes.
pretty good. Yeah, he seems like a very common smith. Good craftsmanship, but nothing really strikes you as masterful. You've seen dwarves. You've seen dwarves who mix magic with smithing. He doesn't seem to be at that level of mastery, but he is very well made.
Decent.
He's very well made. It's just not masterful.
Okay. Um, I was wondering if you are proficient enough to work with pepperworm scales.
Purple worm scales. Purple worm scales.
Yes. I have about
Huh.
enough for a plate armor, and I was wondering if you can make a purple worm plate armor for me, how strong is it? Is it even worth making one, or do I just take something less fancy?
I I mean, I don't really work with exotic materials. I'm not, you know, I'm not a grandmaster smith, and I'm not proficient with our arcane magic to, you know, work in rarer materials. I'm really just a mostly ordinary smith. I could, I could shape it into whatever you're looking for. I'm aware that purple worm scales are just about as strong as any metal. I, I'm just. If you're looking for specific enchantments, I can't do that. I could probably pull together a very basic set of armor from it, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't be able to do anything magical.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's all right. That's no problem. Do you know any grand master level smith in any other dens that I should look out for? Are there
Um,
any kind of legends or stories about someone like that?
well, I mean, I know some of the most famous spell forges are from Celestina, but those are mostly,
I
I
can't
think,
go
there were
back to the
stories.
Celestina. I am
I
from
think the
Celestina.
stories. Oh, okay. Well, then you would know. Most of them work with members of the Holy Order, and so obviously, I would have no chance of working or being apprenticed to them.
Any
Uh,
other place, because I'm kind of like on a holy mission and cannot go back to Celestina until
I'm
it's done.
I'm I'm really not versed. I'm just a smith. I'm nothing special.
That's
I'm
all
nobody
right.
special.
I will
I'm sorry.
show I will show him my shield that just fans out. I just shake my hand a bit and it just fans out and it's like a like rusted iron, and I will tell him, uh, and I would just take one of the pieces out because it's like piece, and it just founds out all the pieces. When they found out, they uh, make the shield. I take one of the pieces out of the shield and show it to him, and I tell him, "Can you kind of restore these pieces back to somewhat better shape for me?"
Hmm. Now that I could work with. Do you need? Do you want anything specific?
Uh,
Because again, I can't do magic.
No, no, no,
But
nothing
if you
specific. I
just a
just want,
polishing,
yes, a polishing, derusting a bit. I just wanted
okay,
to go back to being iron instead of rusted iron.
of course, I could work with that. All right.
How much?
Um. May I? And he kind of reaches forward for
Here
it.
you go. I just unlock the whole shield from its placeholder and place it on the counter. And there is like
Alrighty.
something like a watch, but it's like three watches along my whole hand, left from where I unlocked the shield.
Very interesting. That's actually that's actually pretty cool. Um. All right. He slowly takes it up. Thankfully, I have a little bit of experience with mechanisms, so I can actually. It looks like there's a bit of rust inside the actual rotator cuff.
Yes,
I can
it's
I can work to derust this. Give it a bit of a shine and polish. Um, yeah, I can work with this. Do you mind if I take it apart? The because in order to clean, because you look at it, if you look at it and you kind of turn so you can see the that center knob where the shield kind of spins out from. If you
mhm.
take a look at this, you can actually see the rust in there. Do you mind if I take the shield apart? I'll put it back in perfect condition, but
No, no. I
in order to
actually
clean thoroughly.
wanted to remind you to also clean the mechanism. It's been
Okay.
sitting in my family attic for 300 years. It's a relic from the war, actually.
Hmm. Well, it's an honor to work with the piece of history.
Yes,
All
it is.
right.
How much will it cost?
Just a general derusting, maybe adding another layer of polish. I could, if you want. Is there a design on this? I can't tell right now, but is there a design on it? Do you want me to add a layer of finish so the design sticks out more, or just is more protected? Just, again, nothing fancy, but just like a something to protect it
Do
from the
you
elements.
see this painted picture on it? There is like a picture of the holy symbol of Behemoth is like
Uh,
badly painted on the shield, on the shield
I
pieces. When the shield
I'm sorry, it
found
doesn't
that,
look like much of anything to me. Hold on. He comes back. He takes a couple steps and comes back with paper and a quill and inkwell. Would you mind drawing it out and I can
can you do it
fit it in?
yourself? And I just take out my holy symbol of the Behemoth and show it to
Oh,
him.
yes.
Yes,
That makes
I
it much
want
easier.
to have this holy symbol on the
Hmm.
shield when it fans out. If you can do that,
Okay, so all right, so Bahamut, and he starts drawing slowly. All right, he's got a little bit of detail along the scales, apparently. A little bit
I
of.
can
Is there,
leave
okay,
the amulet with you if you want.
I, I, oh goodness, I would never ask a paladin to depart from their holy symbol. I'm almost done,
I
and
trust
he
you.
finishes up. All right, okay, so this is the image that should be on the front of the shield.
Yes.
This is gonna be fun. I don't get to work with shields like this. All right. Give me maybe an hour, a little bit more than an hour, maybe. And I
Before
should be
I
done with it.
go, I just came from the alchemist, and I had a little bit of purple worm acid.
Hmm.
Does that kind of help you in this process? Does it give it
He
any
just
kind of?
looks at you, and it looks like a bit of surprise. He's like, I am not a trained alchemist, but if it's acid, it would be useful for eating away the rust. I have just no idea how potent the stuff actually is.
Okay, then just I will keep that for later. Just derust it on your own way.
Yes.
How much will it cost?
Um, it's a fairly small shield of hitting, and like maybe 4 silvers
It's
max.
about it has 8 pieces. Each piece is about a rectangular 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 2 centimeters.
Hmm. No, yeah, it'd be 4 silvers.
4 syllables. Here's a 1 gold. Just do a good job.
All right, and he's like, starts fishing in his pocket. He kind of wipes some soot off his hands on his apron. He's in his pockets, hands you 6 silvers back. It's
No, no,
difficult.
keep the gold. I am paying
Oh,
you 1 gold. Just do your best job.
thank you. All right, and he puts a huge grin on his face as he puts the coin away, and he grabs the shield.
The shield
I
is
will
very
work on this.
important to me. It's a family heirloom,
I
so be careful with it.
I will do my best. I will do my best. And he
And
starts working on chipping away and cleaning up the shield.
I will just come out and start looking for the caravan.
Um, you head back to the front of the cave, and you see Merchant Alteron, kind of parked actually closer to the fountain itself. There's a lot of passerby, kind of a lot of people getting close, looking on interestedly as Alteron walks out of his caravan, and he just says to everybody, "Welcome, one and all. I am Merchant Alteron. I understand that there was a bit of delay on the journey, and an attack by a purple worm. So I am very sorry that I was late, but I have come with your shipment and the different mercenaries that came with them, and also several people from Unferas come forward, streaming happily, and they start unloading. And you see them unloading crates and boxes and all sorts of things from the different wagons. And they start opening them up, and you can see clearly produce and flasks of water and jugs and containers for the alchemist and uh, equipment for smiths, ingots of raw metal, and just all sorts of materials and food.
Does any of the boxes look like the black box that was stolen?
There's nothing similar to that at
Okay,
all.
at all. Are there even any other like black boxes, the metal boxes in the merchant caravan?
That was honestly the only one.
Okay, this is getting weirder and weirder. Okay, I will go to Ultron and inform him of what happened. I talked to the chieftain and told him about the theft. They are looking into it. Also, there are no scouts at the hold at the moment, so we are the only scouts in the hold for now.
Hmm. I figured as much. And for us, it's a little out of the way, and a lot of the area surrounding here is largely more dangerous than the one route that we took.
I don't get
And he
it.
just looks at you.
The protocol of the scout. It clearly states one scout must be present at the hold or den they are at all times, because they have to
Um,
relay information to other scouts that come here.
what what protocol are you speaking of? There's never been a protocol for scouts.
Is it not a protocol? Is it like an unwritten rule?
Unwritten rules don't get enforced. There. Scouts do as they please. They take jobs where they're needed and done for us. Unfortunately, is
I I hope at
rarely
least they are
accessible.
alive.
Most likely. I mean, you would know better than I the mortality rate of scouts.
Yeah, I know. So, what do you want to do now?
Well, since you've already worked on organizing a search party, and, well, I am sorry again for my anger towards you, although I truly wish you wouldn't have taken such an abrasive tone in regards to actions you would have preferred. But I'm willing to let that put that behind us. After all, there is no purpose in fighting. We are all on the same side, are we not? Working for the
Yes,
survival of all these people.
yes, we are. And I am a little bit worried about the state of the keep. If there are no scouts present, that means me and my team are the only scouts here. And if an attack happens, which I hope doesn't, we are the only ones that can protect these people. So I prefer if there is no bad blood between us right now.
Hmm, of course. Just kind of looks around. You didn't happen to see her on the way here, did you?
No, I didn't. And uh, as the guards should have told you, I confirmed with them they haven't seen her. So we can only presume that she is either still out there or she is in the city hiding and the box is somewhere else. We don't know.
God dang it. That's a lot
How
of
much
money.
how much yeah, how much merchandise was in that box? How much money are we talking about?
A lot. Enough to. Enough for me to retire.
And I don't suppose you were going to sell them here, were you? Because I do not see anyone capable of buying
Not in.
that much merchandise. And I will.
Not in Anfiras, no. I was headed for one of the other no, one of the larger dens. They have several drow clans that are well versed in constructs, and last I heard, uh, one of the more prominent wizards had traveled there. So that was my big plan, and look what happened. My plan has been spirited away by a woman in a cloak.
Can you give me an exact money? Because I might be able to purchase it for you, from you.
He reaches down, a little flask by his side, and he takes a swig from it. Whew, that's a good joke. Ah,
That is no
how
joke,
much
sir.
do you how much do you think a crate of soul crystals would cost?
About 100,000 gold pieces.
And you think you can afford that easily?
Me, no, but my father, yes. My
Do you?
I do not know if I told you this, but my father is the second
Hmm.
highest ranking member of the Behemoth Church in Celestina. And as you know, Celestina has a lot of very good spell smiths, and I think they can use your soul stones. So I can maybe broke a deal with you and my father.
Uh, Celestina. I mean, it is a more reliable source of profit considering there are a lot of clerical forges. Ah,
How much
hmm.
exactly was in that
How much
box?
exactly?
Yes.
Um, when I purchased the supplies and counted it, I had about a few £100. That would be, if I remember correctly, about 135,276 gold pieces.
Let's just say 136,000.
Just
Yes,
about. Yes,
yeah.
about.
Yes, I think if you have if you have a letter with my name on it and my seal, and I will show him one of my rings. It's a ring with a big K carved into it. This is my seal of House of Catan, my my clan's seal. If you have this, my father or the archbishop will definitely buy it from you. But before we do that, we have to find it, and I have to confirm that soul stones are inside of it.
Hmm.
So we have to find the box
Right.
first,
Right. Hmm.
because she might just sell some of it, or maybe she hasn't. Either way, we still have to find the box first. Also, let me just text Nick, see where he is and when does he come.
Sorry, say that again?
Uh, which part?
Well, what you just said, I missed it.
I just told Ultron that we need to find the box, and then said I'm going to message Nick and see where he is.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right.
Busy with Sodia, aren't you?
Such an interesting. This campaign has gone in a very interesting way.
We totally derailed you, didn't we?
No, I have DM'd before, good sir. I have plans within plans within plans within plans.
And then
and
improv.
yeah, and then improv. But I totally fucked you up in the first session when I asked for Emma's
I
name.
didn't. I Yeah, binder of many names became a thing.
Binder of many names is a very cool item name. You have to put it in this campaign for something.
I have it in real life.
I
I'm
know. I'm
kidding.
just
It doesn't
saying.
exist.
I know you. I'm pretty sure you have something like that. I'm just saying, put the item named Binder of many names in the game.
That's hilarious.
That would be fun, and it's a totally epic kind of name. Oh, also, can I add something to my conversation with the Smith?
Yes.
When I was there, in the back of the shield, there is like a something written in Dwarfish, which is the name of
Hmm.
the shield, uh, Sun Ring. And I will tell the merchant, the smith, to be careful to not erase this, and when he is derusting it.
Hmm. You will take care not to do. We'll take care of your shield.
And
Alrighty.
and this and me paying extra for things, that's a thing that's not gonna go away, because
Yeah,
usually when you
you
pay extra they do a better job.
make sure you marked that on your character sheet.
Yes, I deducted 16 gold pieces.
Yep, sounds good. So yes, that would happen. Anything else you would like to do before, during, or after you see the get your stuff, get your distilled purple worm acid and freshly cleaned sunrick shield,
Sunring.
sunring. Sorry, I don't know why I said rick. Sunring.
um Actually, no, I talked to Ultron. No, no, nothing. Just how much acid did I get?
You had like a liter of poison of acid mixed with blood, so you have no idea how much is actually going to be left once it's distilled because purple worm blood is fairly thick and
But
viscous.
I am going to get it now, right? It's ready now.
Yeah.
So I will go into the
So
shop to see
the
how much I get.
final amount would be about in D&D terms equivalent to like let me double check. Actually, let me double check make sure I'm doing this right. The equivalent of a oh, uh if you were to coat a weapon with the purple worm acid, a single coat would work for 5 swings of a melee weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you have about so one coat is 5 swings. There's 5 coats in a vial. You have about 2 vials worth of purple worm acid.
So my brandy, I'm going to delete my brandy because that's gone, and I need you to add 2 vials of. Do I or do you add that to my inventory? Also, I need you
You can
to.
add when you go to your inventory and you go to consumables. You can click the plus sign in that dark gray rectangle to add a new item, and then you would put the description.
uh 2 vials of purple acid. Also, I need you to edit my buckler for me, because that's +2 now.
Your what?
My
Oh,
buckler.
the buckler.
Yeah,
Right.
it should be the sound ring, but it's buckler now. It should be +2 now
Right, because
instead of
of what we
+1.
talked about before. I remember.
Yes, 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 yes. Description: 1 vial of um, I'm typing that wrong, but it doesn't matter. I will correct that later. 1 vial of purple worm acid. Good for 5 swings. Uh,
Okay.
Acid. Purple acid. I also need another one.
So your AC is now
19.
19. Oh,
4, 5 swings. Okay. Tracy. Tracy. Okay. I'm ready whenever you are.
Hold on, let me. Make sure I'm doing this right. Nick said he should be here soon.
Yes,
But,
it's
I
yeah.
mean, really though, do we want to continue or do we want to stop here?
I mean, we didn't do anything, and we don't know what we are supposed to do now. So I think, like, give it
What do you
a,
want to do?
I don't know, maybe like another 5 minutes before. Let's see if Nick comes or not.
Mm-hmm.
Nick's supposed to talk to you, Tarambar, about like possibly making another character, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I mean. Like for you two, we pretty much have caught you up. So I need to work with Nick to catch him up to everything that's happened, and then talk about like character actions because Meshuda is considered separate from the party right now. With
Basically,
us.
we're just gonna have to ask him if Mishida comes to the city or not. Because if he comes to the city, they are going to arrest him, like right on the spot.
I have that handled. Don't worry.
He said he's coming soon, so we're just gonna wait for like 5 minutes.
As soon as now.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
now. How soon is now? It's just literally now.
Exactly.
Of the devil.
Exactly. Hello.
So we just have
I need
to.
to talk to you, Nick.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Nameless. Is there anything else that your character would like to do?
Uh,
Yeah.
what happened with my talk with the merchant? Did he accepted my proposal?
He is he's in agreement with your idea of how to catch. So I was like, yeah. Is honestly, he's just really. You can tell there's frustration, there is annoyance and worry, and is just exasperated over this whole thing. Especially because he's had like a night to stew over it, so he's past the anger phase and he's just in the oh my god, get this over with phase.
So
So yeah, he's like
no, I'm talking
more
about
agreeable.
him selling soul stones to Celestina.
That he seems interested. Uh, there is a note that you would be able to detect of like merchant greed, where he's probably thinking to himself he won't make as much as he wants, but yeah, he goes with it. He's like, yeah, it would be a good idea because
Okay,
Serafina is a fairly wealthy hold.
and Celestina will profit from buying these soul stones because they are rare
Yes,
and something that the smiths will use.
exactly.
So then we are in agreement, Mr. Altron. I just need you to give me a pen. I just need you to give me a parchment, a little bit of ink and a coil, and something for my seal. What they call that red thing that
A
they.
signet ring.
No,
Oh,
the red thing. that they melt.
It's just a wax seal.
Yeah, I need parchment, ink, coil, and a bit of wax for my signet ring. And when I seal this, and you take it to the Celestina, they will buy you the. They will buy from you the soul stones, but I will keep this with myself until we find a box. Is that okay?
Wait, say that again. My brain. Say that one more time,
I'm sorry.
please.
Hang on. Can we like take a second to catch me up a bit here, please?
I'm gonna
Or-
catch you. I'm trying to finish Nameless's thing, and then you and I can go over the session. Because there's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish their character
FX,
stuff right now.
So
Machinaza.
Oh wait, Umnia joined in.
I've been here the whole time.
No, I meant
she's
like
been
did your
here for
character join
3
in?
sessions.
I meant did
And
your
yet
character come
nobody
in?
knows.
Nobody
Nobody
knows.
knows.
Nobody knows. Uh,
I do.
I sell to Ultron, so we are in agreement. I just need you to give me a parchment, ink,
Right.
coil, a bit of wax for my signet ring, and I will write a letter to the Archbishop of Celestina that you will be coming there on my behalf, and you will be selling them 136,000 gold pieces worth of soul stones. But I will keep this letter with myself until we find a box, and I can confirm it actually is that much soul stone. Then I will give it to you. Are we in agreement?
Yes, we are in agreement.
That is fantastic. Then where can we sit down and write this letter and contract, because I also need you to sign under it.
There's a table in my wagon. We can talk this over.
After you.
All right. And he starts walking towards the wagon. Um.
Now you can cut up Nick.
Okay. Nick.
Hey,
Many things have happened.
sorry for taking so long.
You made your great escape across the desert, took your long rest with everybody else, continued your great escape, and did the thing we talked about. I think you and I are gonna have to go into a separate room if Umnia and Nameless are gonna stay here.
Yeah, go to another table.
Yeah, Nick and I, let's go to table 2.
I mean, they can. Oh yeah, they can't deafen they because they probably want to talk too. So yeah, all right, let's go to a
Yeah.
different table.
Yeah, go to another table.
All right, which one
Table
should
2.
we go to?
Table 2.
All right. Okay. See you later.
Bye. That is seriously mysterious. What do you think about that?
Probably being like, so how do you want your character to die in the middle of this desert?
That's dark.
I mean, spin the wheel of death.
I mean, if she dies, then we have to go for the box. I don't think so. I think actually, like they come to the city and they just arrest her. I believe that is more likely than her just dying out in the desert. When are we going to see your character?
Oh, I'm just kind of vibing.
Do you have the
I'm
healing
not
spells?
talking to you, person in the room with me.
Do you have healing spells though?
I haven't prepared. I haven't used any.
No, no, I'm talking about the healing spells. Do you have any healing spells for the party? Because if I
Yeah, I have a
am
bunch prepared.
if I am the only person that can heal people, we are going to be in so much trouble.
I am a druid. I'm not I'm the spellcasty subclass of druid. So I have a lot, and I regain spell slots on a short rest.
What
and I can change what spells I have prepared every long rest, which is a thing of druids.
what are you? Circle of the Moon?
Circle of the Land Underdark.
Land on the Dark. I haven't heard that one before.
Circle of the Land has a lot of different sub parts to it. Like depending on which thing, because it's like all these different terrains that you can be the circle of. Like it'd be like circle of the forest, circle of the coast, circle of the mountains, whatever. And you get different spells that are always prepared depending on that.
So it's like Ranger's favorite train.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Only for me, it's like I'll always have spider climb, web, and greater invisibility and stone shape prepared, stuff like that.
They are like come with your subclass.
Yeah, they're always prepared. Yes.
Hmm.
Uh,
What was it? Web, spider climb, greater invisibility, and what?
I can pull up the actual thing. Circle of the Land. No, what was it? Circle spells. Yeah, I could link that in the chat in the game thing, I guess.
Actually, don't do that yet,
Okay. But
because my character is definitely going to ask you about your combat abilities when the party gets together, because he's a captain. He
yeah.
wants to
Well,
know.
she's a druid. Druids generally stereotypically have a healing capabilities.
Yeah, I know, but
And she
we
can change what she has prepared at a long rest. So
but
if we need like utility for something, then she can have utility spells. If she needs DPS for another thing, she can just take a nap and then learn those. Right now, she does have a couple of healing spells prepared.
basically you take a nap, you just change your class.
I changed the spells I have.
I know, but like no, not your class, D&D class, like DPS, tank, or healer. That those kind of classes.
Yeah, the abilities that I have.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you're just gonna
things I
be
can do.
you're the monkey wrench of the team.
Sure, why not? I am wise and stuff is my intro.
You are a very chill character, right?
I guess.
So you will probably be like uh the angel on my shoulder, my character shoulders, the one that keeps
She's
my
not the party's mom. If she's the party's mom, we've got some problems.
why.
She rolls around in dirt.
That doesn't exclude her from being the party's mom.
She's just like, mind your business.
I mean, campaign 2. Have you watched the campaign 2?
I'm on episode 51, I think.
Okay, then you know.
We found out about Beth, and I already got spoiled about Beth though, and
I
Vaughn.
didn't want to talk about that, but basically, the mother of the Critical Role campaign 2 was Jester and Veth. I mean, it doesn't have to do anything with what you do or who you are, but you are a very chill person, so you're gonna keep my character's hot headedness in check, kind of.
Yeah, we'll have to see the dynamic.
I mean, he will respect
Because
you.
first impressions are gonna matter. I don't know.
First impression is gonna matter, but you don't have to worry about that, because uh, he, as he, I mean Lou knows the importance of uh, druids and has a very high respect for them. So you will be like, uh, he will have the same respect he has for a high ranking member of his church for you. That's how much respect he will have for you.
don't know how to really form an opinion on it yet.
Insight and nature. I think he's making his way through the desert. That's why he has insight and nature.
Oh,
He botched the insight, but the nature was not bad.
mm,
Unless he had advantage on the insight, which I don't believe so. What do you think he had insight for? What do you use insight for actually? In the except for like telling if someone is lying or not.
uh, vibe checks.
That's just telling if someone is lying or not.
Insight isn't just a lie detector. It's a really thing of looking
No,
at.
I know. I'm
I don't know.
just asking because I'm pretty sure there is nobody there for him to insight check for lying or not. So what can he use insights for in that kind of situation? I was thinking maybe finding the way, but that is going to be like perception, not insight.
No, seems meta gaming to me.
Maybe
I
he
mind my own business.
maybe he is trying to break the box or look into the box. I don't know. How long do you think they are going to take? This is mysterious. Mysterious.
Hello.
Hello, did you come back?
Hello.
Howdy ho.
They did.
This is gonna get interesting.
What happened?
You are dispersing supplies with Merchant Alteron, and you strike up a rapport finally. As you kind of get there's apologies, and you talk it over, and you get over the whole arguments you two had previously in conversations, and you just focus on getting supplies out to people. And the Merchant Alteron has you learn you kind of figured the first time you met, but you learn that he has like a tiny bit of magical ability as he creates little bursts of fireworks and song and colors and perfume scents for children as they run along, and just kind of plays magic for them. And sometimes there'll be injured people, and either Emma, if they're physical injuries, Emma will help, or if they're more serious ones, he'll actually go up and he'll begin to slowly heal with magic. He's a decent fella. He's just a guy who happens to be a merchant who really, really wants to get money.
Also, can I seal the deal with shots? Because that's kind of like a thing for my character. Whenever he does a big contract or a big purchase or something like that, he will seal it with a shot.
He will gladly open a bottle of fairly fine wine and share it with you. And you rejoice merrily over the prospect of a ridiculous amount of soul gems for Celestina and a ridiculous amount of gold in his pocket. At this point, there's a commotion, and some of the guards and your guards and mercenaries and scouts, kind of mutter quietly and look out. And everybody looks to the side, and as you kind of walk out of the caravan, almost shoulder to shoulder with your new buddy Merchant Altanon, you see a massive black box being slowly carried to the caravan.
Wow, that was easy.
And then it gets set on the ground, and the cloaked and hooded figure of Mishuda slowly walks to the side of it, leans up, and just kind of, hey.
I will
Uh,
look to the
hel-
Ultron and
hello.
say, "Is that the box that was stolen?"
Can I open it?
he just looks at the box and he's confused, and he looks at Meshida and he's like, what the fuck is going on?
I will look at Mushida and say, where were you? Why did you stole the box?
There's a bit of commotion, more commotion as the crowd parts and several the two Goliath brothers you saw before and a couple humans slowly arrive with spears and shields. And they kind of step forward, and then they all see you, and they recognize you as a scout captain, and just kind of look back and forth from you to the woman to you to the woman. It's like,
Arrest her!
do you want
Why?
us to arrest this woman? She's the one you described, yes?
Yes. Do you see the box? Why do you look at me? Arrest her. What? How did he? How did she get past you guys? Where
I
did you
don't
come
know.
from?
They slowly walk towards Meshuda, and she's standing there.
Hold, please. I have something to say.
They're still walking towards you. Do it quick.
Hold on, hold on.
Okay.
I will go to the Mishida and cast Zone of Truth, and then I will tell him. Now tell me what you want to say.
Meshuda, you have to make, if you want to resist the zone of truth, you have to make a what saving throw?
Hold it. Hold on. Let me.
Well, I'm only going to be telling the truth, so.
Okay, so you actively. So as the zone of truth kind of pulses out from Lu, you feel it, Lu feels it, and you both register as Meshuda
Let
is
me just
willing
hold
to
it.
tell the truth. Like you, it kind of does say that you can tell when someone's avoiding telling the truth or telling a straight up lie. So for you specifically, Lu, it's like a
I
pleasant sensation as you can tell that Meshuda is willing to tell the truth as she understands it.
and I will say, interesting. Now, did you stole the box?
Yes.
Why?
What? Well. Uh, ev- everyone knows soul stones are valuable, and they can be quite useful as well. I just intended to use them for the greater good. However, can I like open the box and show them?
She puts her fingernails in a crease in the lid that wasn't there before and swings it out. And you kind of have to step back, Louis. She just pushes it and it swings with a ladder. And you see the interior of this massive black box is completely empty, save for 5 pure silver chains attached to the walls.
What? Five
And
what?
chains. Silver chains with shackles at the end of them. And
And
everyone kind of and just gasps as the crowd looks in. It's like, what is going on? There's whispering
Okay.
amongst the crowd.
what is in the
Okay,
box?
hang on. I want to get back to my speech.
Okay,
Right.
continue.
So, however, I flipped the box over, showing them the emptiness in the chains inside. There aren't any. He said there were soul stones in there. There aren't none in there. And there was something moving in that box, correct?
Yes,
I've de- I've deduced your plot, merchant. And I look at the merchant. You you lied to all of us.
I will turn
This
back
was your
to
merchandise, but
Ultron.
you're not. This was your merchandise, but you're not selling stones. You're selling living things.
I will turn around and look at the Ultron and say, "You told me there was no living person in the box. You told me it was fucking soul stones. You told me if you wanted to sell living persons, you have to go to the drow, and the drow don't like you. Then why the fuck is there chains and shackles in that fucking box?"
The whispers continue in shock and awe. And make an insight check as you're yelling at Merchant Altanon.
Also, my zone of truth moves with me, so if I get close to him, he has to
Yeah.
make a hold on, a charisma saving throw.
You get that same pleasant ping as he actively does not resist.
Also interesting. What did you want? Insight?
Insight.
Inside.
Insight.
19!
You can see written on his face as plain as a book. There is embarrassment, and there is indignation, and there is horror, and there is confusion, all battling against each other as he splutters and just stares at it. He says, I I didn't. I don't I don't sell people.
Then why the
Never sold
fuck
people.
is there chain and shackles in that box? And the box was more fucking moving. And why the fuck is it empty now?
I don't know. It was supposed to be soul crystals. I left Liyue with a box of soul crystals. And I left Kavan with a box of soul crystals. That I checked the day before we left, and it was the same. Someone must have taken it. Because I don't work in trafficking. I never have, and I've been a merchant for 25 years. I don't do that.
I will motion to Mishuda to... is Mishuda still in my range of Zone of
Yeah.
Truth?
You're like, unless you okay, do you want to get in the merchant's face while you're yelling at him, or do you just want to like find that happy midpoint between
No,
Meshuda and the
happy
merchant?
midpoint because I am
Yeah.
shouting in the middle of
Which
fucking
also
street.
gives you the added effect of you're pretty much in the dead center of this entire crowd of people, and everyone's gathering around, and you at this corner of your vision you do see Chieftain Hala kind of hobbling closer as you're yelling at top of your lungs towards the merchant.
I will
And this is
look
going down.
back to the Mishuda and say, Mishuda, did you change the boxes?
I I altered the box in no way. When I opened it, this is what I found.
How did you open it?
Well, you still get that pleasant ping. There are no lies.
How did you open it? Because he told me there is a very powerful enchantment plus a very safe lock on it. Do you have magical powers?
To an extent, I I've dabbled with them. Yes.
When was I look back at Ultron and tell him, actually, you know what? I see Chieftain Halal and say, Chieftain, may I have a word with you?
Yes.
Uh, I will go close to her and tell him to use his guard to disperse the crowd because maybe there is something going on here that the crowd shouldn't know.
As you call her forward, like as you ask to speak with her, she steps forward. You do notice several of the guards and other, I guess instead of soldiers, it would be apt to call them militiamen, begin to disperse the crowd and actively push them away without her actually even before you even say anything about it. Just they keep the peace. It's like everybody go home.
Then I
Everybody else
will
to sleep.
gesture to
This is private
Chieftain
business.
to be kind of like the judge at this situation, and me, the chieftain, Mishuda, and the merchant will go back to the merchant's caravan where we signed that letter. And also, I like to take the box.
You do exactly that. And you can see Alteran is very defeated at the thought of, well, there goes all my money.
So after we are at
Oh,
the caravan, my zone of truth is still up because it's not been 10 minutes. So I will uh, make them sit uh, in the
as
in
you walk
chairs.
towards the wagon, as you
Okay.
walk towards the merchant's wagon, your zone of truth registers a ping.
Of
Another person.
who?
Make a perception check.
What?
Perception. Perception. Give me something good. Give me something good. Give me something good. 14. That's not good.
Oh, what happens?
I think that
Oh,
was.
this is. You get the
Oh! That's a 1!
of someone failing,
That's 2 ones!
and you see a shock of white hair and a
Ooh.
black,
Sorry.
very dark skinned face. Umnia, would you please introduce your character for the
Finally!
673?
Yes! Oh my gosh, yes, what an entrance!
That
What an
was
entrance into character
awesome!
safe!
A
What an
standing
entrance into
ovation!
character safe!
Slow clap! All that jazz.
Soul clap means
Horrifying.
sarcastic.
Not
Okay.
always.
My thighs are red because I slapped them at that natural one, and I
Did you
didn't
just
realize my
yeehaw?
yes.
You yeehawed so
I didn't even
hard.
realize my mic was muted when I did it.
Good,
I mean,
because
I was
that's
fucking.
pretty
It's the
bad
fact that it's
luck.
2 nat 1s is what got me.
2 nat ones, yeah. That's like shitty luck. 2 nat ones?
no, bro.
Amazing.
So
Oh,
you see
God.
that little flash of white hair as little brown eyes are peeking through that door, watching everything outside go down. And she makes eye contact with y'all. You guys are already heading towards the wagon anyway, right?
Yes.
She. Hmm. Her ears kind of like twitch and her eyes widen with realization that she was spotted because she hadn't been spotted at all at any point for the past few days.
You were in the fucking caravan with us?
Ooh.
And
What?
back in she dips back inside. The door closes behind her.
Before she can, when she can, she does that. Lou says, "Hey, you! I see you. There's no point in hiding. Come out."
Doesn't come out.
Can I do? Do I?
She's just in the merchant's wagon.
He's just in the merchant bags. Hey, we don't mean you any harm. We just want to ask you a few questions about the box. Were you in the box?
Not responding back.
Doesn't respond. Do you even understand my language?
No response.
Hey, I look to Ultron and say, "Did you see that?" Ultron.
Sorry, say that again?
I look to Ultron and say, "Did you see that?
See what? And he looks over
There was a
at the.
creature and she is in your wagon right now. He was like black. He looked like a drow with
Yeah.
white
He
hair."
kind of looks over in that direction. And he slowly walks forward. He says, "Hello? Are you there?"
Until you guys, unless you guys open the door.
Opens the door.
Be careful, Ultron.
Hello.
Can come in.
Yes.
I'm behind Ultron. I'm just going inside with him.
Hey, do I
He
see
goes
this?
in. Oh yeah, you see all this happening. Random person show up and everything.
Can I go in?
Yes, you
You
may.
yes.
Yes. I
Maybe
follow
not
them.
because we don't wanna spook him here. whatever that
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
creature
follow
is.
behind, but I'm obviously not gonna go in. Okay, I'm not gonna go in with them, but I'm gonna follow behind them.
Yeah, I
I
will.
mean,
Me and Ultron are in the wagon. Do we see her or him, or whatever?
she
Tiola,
would
are you
be
actively?
no, no, she's not hiding. She's just standing a little bit in slightly a defensive position in the back of the caravan, having some distance between you and her. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and when the door closes behind you guys, it's like I just really didn't want to have to talk in front of that many people. Um,
That's okay. You're safe.
so for what
Who
it's
are
worth,
you?
you can call me Siota.
What are you doing in the caravan? Were you in
That's
the
what I was.
caravan with us in the past few days?
I was.
Why? Who are you?
I was trying to figure that out. I was talking to Alteran about it earlier. I believe him. I don't think that he knows either why I was here.
um, before we get too far into this, would you mind removing your curse?
It's not a curse, actually, and no, I do not trust you now.
I'm
So,
not talking to you. I'm talking to her. She put a curse on me.
what?
What?
Could you please remove it?
Hold on, don't remove it yet. What kind of curse is that?
Please.
What did you do to Ultron?
Spin around in a circle.
Huh?
He looks very uncomfortable and he doesn't want to, but you can see his face quickly become paler and paler until he finally and he spins in a circle.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
we're,
That's just Lou
we're trying to like
laughing
hold
his
an
ass
example.
off.
Please take it off.
Okay, that is awesome, and I want to know why did you curse her?
So I was trying to. You have your ways of figuring out answers, and I have mine.
Can you please remove it?
Hold on, not yet. The box is a problem. Until the box problem goes away, I think we should keep the curse on you. The
Uh,
box.
Arm you as long as you behave with it. You know what would happen if you broke if you tried to override it. So
I
just don't
do.
do that, and it'll be okay.
Okay, Mr. Ultra. Uh, s- your name was Theodore, right?
Yes.
Uh, I assume you're a magic user, right?
Yes.
What kind?
It's the kind that I've always had.
I
You
know.
would know.
So,
I've never thought about it.
where does
So
your
you said,
magic come from? That's what I'm asking. Is it like
uh,
from dragons? Is it from nature? What is it from?
whatever's around me. And what's been around me for my entire life has been the earth. So
Okay. Is it okay if we bring the box and the other person inside? Are you comfortable with that?
who's the other person?
I think you met her, the big lady in the cloak. She's kind of connected to this whole thing that I'm trying to find out about. Hello.
Like, but that. What's the name though?
I think her name was Mishuda.
I thought she was already in here.
No, he's outside. No, she and the box are outside. I'm just
Oh,
confirming with you if you are comfortable that we bring them here.
Siota would not.
Okay then. I will call out to Mishuda. and tell him to bring the box in.
Wait, I thought she said she wouldn't be comfortable with them coming in.
No, she nodded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're kind of talking quietly, so it's hard to hear you a bit. Let me do
So I
something
had
real
thought
quick.
you already came in, and I thought that Nameless was talking about somebody else, and I was confused.
No,
But
Mishuda.
okay,
I
I
was
get it.
talking about Mishuda. So Mishuda
Okay,
and the
so-
box come in.
Yes.
All right, I come in and I bring the open box.
The massive box does not fit through the doorway, but
Just put it out.
Put it out.
yeah, it's like
Come
right
in.
it's like
Come
it's like
in.
right in front of the open door. You can all see it.
I will look
Okay, you might
at.
want. Hey, hang on. I look at Nameless and I say, "Can you tell them to watch that?"
Well, that's pretty good.
It's
Chieftain, may I ask you that one or two of your guards watch the box? It's evidence.
She slowly walks up into the wagon. Yes, I have. My boys watching it. And you see the two Goliath brothers standing literally on either side of the box.
Also, I
Although I
need.
will ask, since this is in my home, that I am here to witness whatever is going on, because
Actually,
this
I was
is
about to ask you to join us.
strange. Wonderful, we're in agreement then. And she
Come
kind of
in, please.
takes a seat. And says, oh, all right.
I
Who
will.
are you, dearie? And she looks at Umnia. Who are you?
call me Sioda.
Sioda. Very small, and you have the features of a drow, but you're not quite one. Almost like a gnome. You're very tiny. How old are you? Do you know?
I mean, it's not exactly a day-night cycle down here. I've only ever
I
been on
know,
the
but
surface, I guess, once now.
interesting. So you've been alone your whole life. Oh,
Can I start the interrogation with your permission?
I had a question for Alteron.
okay.
What was in that box in the back? And I point to the box that had all my stuff in it earlier.
Several of my personal effects. I had a change of clothes, some photographs from my old family. Why?
If I grab those two little pouches I had grabbed like way before in the first session, and they were locked and I couldn't get it open,
Mm-hmm.
and I would pull them up and it's like, are these what you're talking about?
Yes. Those are mine. Wait, you
Okay.
went in my... Why did you go through my stuff?
Because my
That's
stuff
what
is
all
mixed
those
in
rolls
with it.
were.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Oh my
what?
gosh, that's brilliant! Ah,
All of
man, I
my
did
things
not see
were
that
with
coming.
your thing, and I don't know why. If you didn't know I was there,
Oh, goodness.
Ultron, what's going on
so do
here?
you know why?
Hold on. He goes over to the chest. He makes sure to give like a couple steps of distance between the two of you as he slowly steps around and goes over to the box, opens it. He sees that a large amount of stuff is missing because you took your stuff out of there, and he quickly mutters some words, and you can there's like a little fizzle as like enchantments and protections around the chest disappear one by one, and he starts opening bags. What the and he actually throws one of the bags behind him, and it hits the floor and spills out. And there are hundreds of dead spider carcasses that spill out of this bag.
Ultron.
And then the
Ultron.
second bag goes flying, and that has dozens and dozens of little round balls, and that look they're kind of a spotted appearance, and they're all cracked, and you realize they're actually round eggs that are destroyed. And then the third bag comes flying out, and there is nothing.
I will draw my
At
sword,
least it
put it.
seems like nothing until you hear something roll along the ground and you realize there's like an invisible ball that is rolling along. And you can clearly hear it, but it just kind of there's
Mishuda.
nothing to see.
Mishuda, can you see anything? Catch that thing.
What? Just because I can turn invisible doesn't... wait, they didn't know I was invisible. Hang on a second. Back,
Too late, you
back...
said it.
He said
No,
that,
I
yeah.
didn't. No, I
He
didn't.
said
No, I
that.
didn't. I was
Yeah,
thinking
no,
of the
no, no,
one...
no, no. That slipped out of
It's
your
fine.
tongue.
It's fine.
Also,
we can do Freudian slip.
also, when the third bag comes flying, because that I told you to catch the ball, because I draw my sword, put it under Ultron's neck, and say, Ultron, I might be a paladin, but I'm a paladin of vengeance. So, answer questions, or I will kill you. Understood? And stop throwing shit at me.
Is the Zone of Truth still on?
Yes.
Yes.
I was about to ask.
Yes, the zone of truth is up, and all three of you have to answer questions with truth, or don't answer at all. But Ultron, what's Ultron's reaction to this?
I mean, there is a lot of panic as he's tossing stuff around and trying to find his things, and you can hear him muttering, "What the fuck is going on?" And then you point your blade to his neck, and as a reflex, he quickly like flicks his hand up to touch the blade of the weapon. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
When I see him like touch it, his hand, can I command him to calm down?
After he takes this action, it's like as the blade gets put to his neck, he instinctively flicks his hand towards the
saving
sword,
throw.
and in that
Woo! That's 23,
in that
baby.
moment where
Mr.
the ring on his middle finger clangs gently, the ring on his middle finger gently makes a ting like, as it hits the blade of the sword. And Lou, you feel like just a very light shiver of magic kind of crawl up your arms. You feel like a little sluggish, like some like nothing painful, but it's like an actively a feeling of like resistance of like trying to stop you from moving for a moment, but you quickly shake it off as he in that same moment where he tries to flick the blade away. He also because he's like almost on his knees, he staggers away and he like lands on his rump and kind of scoots back from. He's like, "What the? Don't put weapons on my neck, please. Seriously."
You don't tell me what to do after the shit I have just saw.
Tarumba, DM? Sorry,
Yes.
just a... can I try and find, like, the invisible ball while they're all doing this?
Yeah, make a perception check with disadvantage because you don't have a way to see invisibility.
But we can hear it.
Right.
You can hear it, but the sound kind of.
That's 17.
Have you ever tried finding a tiny ball that makes a lot of noise, but you can't actually see it because you're not looking in the right spot?
Yeah, my
Thankfully,
phone.
17 is enough. Yeah, exactly. You're able to. You manage to catch it. You flick out your hand and you grab it, and you hold it up, and it's like a slightly smaller than a head size, perfectly round shape. You have no idea what the heck it is. You just know it's in your hands.
Can I make an Arcana check on it?
Sure. I mean, you want to make an Arcana check on an invisible object, or do you want to cast? I don't know. Okay, Arcana check.
If you have
I
the
could
dispel magic, just use dispel magic on it.
Why would
24.
you
I got a
dispel it when you
24.
don't know what it does?
24. I mean, you know it's invisible. You kind of
Can I-
feel
But
around,
can I
and
tell
your
why it's
hand,
invisible?
your hand slowly kind of crawls along the surface, and your fingers reach for different. It's a mostly smooth surface, and your fingers constantly reach around for nooks and crannies, and you eventually find 1, 2, 5, 10, 20. You find about 20 small, not indents, but like little grooves, like little circular cuts in the surface. And you can feel them clearly, and you memorize their placement. So you now have this orb in your hands,
Very
and you know that
curved
there are
orb.
little, almost like buttons maybe in it, but you have no idea what the heck they are. You just know that they're there.
Okay,
As the
I'm gonna do some Treasure Planet shit. I'm gonna try pressing the buttons.
don't do
Yeah, he
that.
got the reference.
Oh, that actually is that like that?
Oh yeah, I based it off of Treasure Planet.
Yes.
As
Oh my
the
god.
that is a very good movie, by the way.
I love
Make
that
a sleight
movie.
of hand check
Yes,
as you try to make your make your sleight of hand check as you try to figure out like are there any of these with more resistance than others? Are there any of these that won't budge? Stuff like that.
as
Do I have
she is.
advantage because of my thieving expertise?
No, because that's only for your thieves' tools. This is just a straight sleight of hand check.
Okay, so just sleight of hand. Okay.
Yeah, very
That's
good. Okay,
17.
now
17.
Lou,
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go back to him. We'll come back to me.
But what's up?
what did you want to do?
Okay. After he kind of like staggers back, I will tell him, do not fucking move. Look back to Mishuda and say, did you catch the ball?
Oh, I
This is the
caught
part where you
something.
see
All
her
right.
with it. She's like fiddling with her hands. You just watch all her fingers constantly moving around, feeling for
Ah,
different
whoa, whoa, whoa,
spots.
whoa! Stop, 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 stop! Don't do
Hey! He
anything.
doesn't know. He doesn't know I have the ball. I didn't say anything.
You're fidgeting with something in your hands.
It's a pretty large orb, and you're like
Yes, but
actively.
you also know I have magical skills. I could just be concentrating.
So even if you're concentrating, he wants to keep the situation under control. So I just say, whoa, whoa, stop, 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 stop! Don't move. Don't do anything. I do not trust you. I do not trust anyone in this fucking wagon. Instead, for the chieftain. Now, I want to ask few questions, and you all have to answer because I know you are under my zone of truth. And if you don't answer, I will take that as a lie, and I will be very pissed. First, Ultron, when was the last time you checked the box and it was full of soul stones?
Day before I left Kavan,
How long ago was that?
uh, week and 3 days.
A week and 3 days? Shit. Who was in your caravan? Was it just the guys that were with us? Did somebody
The
add to your caravan?
the people you met when we crossed paths are the same people that are here today, and they are the same people that were there the day I checked. No one's changed since then.
Then how the fuck did a 6 cube feet of a box changed? And you are
I
not
mean,
obviously not lying because you're under my zone of truth. Something is not
I
right
mean,
here.
you yourself volunteered to guard it and were knocked out and were unable to find Meshuda here. So I
So
think that's not
my
too
next,
unbelievable.
my I asked Mishuda, and she says she did not change the box in any shape or form, and
Indeed.
she is also under my zone of truth. So something happened in that 1 week and 3 days, or that 10 days. So
There
try
was
to
one day. Well, there were.
1 week and
I
3 days. Did you
checked
say?
about 1 to 2 days before we left Kavan. So there was a 2 day span where I was inside the den. And when I was in Liyue, when I purchased the box, and I checked that there was full of soul stones, it was there. When I checked on the second day before leaving Kavan, the soul stones were there. The 2 days before we left Kavan, the soul stones were there, and then we left.
I look to the Mishida before I look to the Mishida, and what the fuck is this shit in your box or whatever? What the fuck is this? The stuff that is on the caravan. I'm pointing to those stuff.
You asking Mashida?
No, I'm asking Ultron. I'm not talking to Mishida right now.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
have
judge
no
Brand.
idea. This
What?
bag, and he points to the bag of the dead spiders, was supposed to have my extra clothes. This bag, and he points to the multiple broken egg-looking structure things, was supposed to have my family photographs and wine. And this bag, and he points to the one that had the invisible ball that Meshuda is now holding, was supposed to have other things of mine. I have no idea
I look
who
to
did this.
I look to
Took my things, but they did.
Sioda and say, "Did you do this?"
Yoda, right now, when the bag of spiders and the eggs all spilled out, she kind of just kneeled down next to them. And does she like? Are these the same kind of spiders that she would have grown up with or among?
Yeah, there are hundreds and hundreds of them. You can. Yeah, you have enough experience. You can tell they're probably from a single brood. And they're all just dead.
Determine how long they've been dead.
Make a nature check.
Ooh, that's not 20.
He watches Sioda reaches down and gently scoops up a couple of the small spiders. They're all the same size. Every single one of them, the same size from what you can tell as you observe, the same age. And you all see Sioda holding them in her hand. Her hands are the size of a human child's because she's a gnome. These spiders are easily like golf ball sized, which is pretty big for spiders. And see that you can tell that every single one of them died at the same time of the same cause. You have no idea what that cause was, but it looks like they've been dead for a week and 3 days.
That's the time span we're looking at.
About.
So,
And that's how we're gonna end today's session, folks.
no, no, I have a question. I have two more
No,
questions.
goodbye. No. That's where we're ending the session. Thank you for
Is that
playing.
actually?
That's where we're
Mm,
ending the session.
no, hold on. Let me just ask that.
No.
Wait,
You
hang
can
on,
ask
hang
the
on.
next one.
Can we go back to me for a second? Can I?
Okay.
Can we say what happened like when I did my
Power Bar
check?
has a real life thing going on right now. He needs to deal with it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, actually, I stopped you, so you didn't do anything. You have to
Well,
wait for the next.
you didn't stop him. You just yelled "stop" at him.
And we know how
good.
Nick
You're
is.
also completely like preoccupied with Alteron, which I don't know why, because he's already under my command spell.
Because I want to
Yes.
know what the fuck
you
is
have-
going on.
So Nick is like across the room, wiggling fingers in the middle of like his palm in the air, and you yelled "stop" at him.
And we
Well,
know
but
how
you're not-
Nick
you can't
is.
physically stop him without letting go of Alteron.
Uh-huh.
And
So
we,
you just yelled "stop" at him. You didn't actually
yeah,
stop him from doing
and
anything.
we all know how Nick is. Nick is going to do what Nick is going to do.
I mean, you've been doing what you're gonna do, so that's an unfair statement.
I'm not
Tom
just.
Bar, do you,
I
But
just.
you are.
So let Nick
Tom
do
Bar,
what
do you
he's
have to
gonna do.
go? Like, if you have to go, then like we can continue this next-
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
It is
she.
11 p.m. for
He's
me. I
going
am
to
tired
do-
and I have to wake up early tomorrow.
Yeah, we are going to see you maybe.
I am going to
Next
leave you on a
week.
motherfucking
Yeah.
cliffhanger because I felt like it. Take that,
Yeah.
you pathetic
Okay, so
assholes,
like,
except for
so
Siona.
we're
Siona,
gonna
you're a
see what
wonderful
happens
player.
with this possible.
And Shenmue best.
We're gonna see what happens with this possible map that in my hands next time. Then.
Yeah.
Treasure Planet.
It's like
Oh.
in middle of a fucking tense scene. We are going to end this session right now because I fucking said so.
That is how a DM tends to work.
Yes,
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
basically yes. Even Matthew does that few times. And no. If I say that, that's going to be like a spoiler, so I will not say that. But Matthew has used this before.
Say it.
Dude, you sound exactly like my English teacher.
Say it.
You remember that part when they found out the mother of one of the first campaign players. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Is
She,
everybody ready for a trip into the happy fun ball? Is that what I'm hearing?
he 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 ended the session just there,
Yes.
and
It was amazing. You were
and
sure kicked his ass after that.
yes, the funny thing is he did it to his wife, so he had to drive that player to home and wake up next to her tomorrow. That
I
takes
hope you
balls,
all
man.
What the heck
enjoyed
happened?
Good
today's
night,
session.
Tumbar. Good night,
Oh
Nick.
And
Good
my
night,
I
gosh, I
will
Chris.
see
did.
you next Thursday or Friday, because usually we did Thursdays. Today we did Friday. What are we feeling? Which one? Well, no, because that's on Umnia's schedule.
Yeah, you have
So
to check
whenever
with
Umnia's
Omnia.
schedule, all of our schedules allow, that's when I will see
Yes,
you.
yes, the things are
Thank you
finally
for
getting
playing.
interesting. Thank you for
Bye
letting
bye.
us play. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, see you next time. This is gonna be good.
Now,
Enjoy.
now we have to talk for 1 hour after the session talks because that's important for us.
Oh, get out.
No, 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 no. We have to digest the fucking information you just gave us.
This is D&D Players Digest now. You can go to Rumbar.
Yeah, we don't need the
Good night.
GM now. We
And
need
I'll
just the
probably ship
players.
out as well.
uh,
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Umnia.
I guess we just gonna go to now. I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so what did I miss? Like, what did you do?
I went to. Remember when we killed the purple worm? I took
Yeah.
I took scales from it, and I also took a little bit of his blood and acid. I took that blood to alchemist, distilled it to just pure acid. I got 2 bottles of that. I also went to the smith and made my polished my shield, so it increased by one. My AC was 18. Now it's 19. And I came to an agreement with Ultron that I will buy all of his soul stones from him on behalf of my den, which is Celestina. And then you just came in.
Okay, so Ultron, just to refresh my mind, Ultron is the merchant or Ultron is the chieftain captain that
No,
you met?
Ultron is the merchant. The chieftain captain is an orc named Halal. You can just watch the video that I'm going to upload in tomorrow or 2 days from now, and you will know what's going on.
Got it. All right. So you want to hear what I was doing?
I mean, yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay, so since I couldn't get to my computer and get on the call, me and Tarumbar were like doing it private chat stuff. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I was on the road to Anfaras. I took a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
I got to Anfaras, found an abandoned house, uh, and I quickly did my work. Uh, so I made several attempts. Let me go back to the chat log so I can describe this accurately.
Did you use dispel magic on the enchantments?
Yeah, he literally just gave the option to me. So I snuck past the Goliath guards with my invisibility as before I got into the house, which was
Mhm.
like those guys aren't trustworthy. I don't trust them to guard that box. Uh, so
That throwing shade now, are we?
come on, come on now. Let's have some fun. All right, so I failed my first sleight of hand check. After that, I used my Arcana check to dispel magic, and
Mm-hmm.
I dispelled magic with the locks, and then I used another sleight of hand check with my thieves' tools, giving me advantage, and I succeed in opening the box. And I find nothing. I find the chains. I find like the whole shackles, like everything you heard. I check for like a hidden compartment. Nothing. I make an Arcana check. I uh I tell that like this thing is made for like containing magical creatures, whether humanoid or otherwise. Uh it has like a bunch of runes on it. So if someone uses magic in it, it's gonna like shackle them, or like uses magic, like it's gonna shackle them basically, I think. So
So if you try to use magic to get out, it's just going to make it harder for you to get out.
yeah, I think so. So I didn't try and use dispel magic again, because that would have probably locked me up. So I decided to expose him. I I came out to all of you, uh, opened the box, doing my big reveal in my great speech, which only lasted a few sentences, sadly. Uh, but uh, uh, but then everything else that followed after.
Wow, just wow. He he
Yeah.
he 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 uh he really ended in a cliff fucking hanger because I really want to know what happened in those 2 days in Kaban because I am 99.9% sure that's when the boxes were switched because the
Okay. Yeah.
box.
Cause I remember when we first played, the box was already moving.
Yes, that's why I got interested in the box. And it didn't move when you were transporting it to Anfaras, did it?
Yeah. When we were transporting it, it was already moving before. But I thought it was Ciota in the box.
Yeah, me too.
But Ciota wasn't. Ciota was secretly with us the entire time, apparently.
Yes, he was, she was with us the whole time, and she also has cursed Ultron, and Ultron has to do what she says, or something happens. I do not know why.
Really, that's really funny. Yeah, it's so
No,
good.
that laugh I did, that was both me and Lou, because Lou kind of suspected Ultron of alternative motives. So when he just saw him going around his fucking circle, that was amazing for him.
It was like doing the dang hokey pokey.
Yeah. Yes, I guess we just have to wait. If it's Tuesday, we just have to wait 6 days instead of a full 1 week. But if
Oh,
it's another Friday, that's going to be another full week. And
yeah.
I hope
This is gonna be good.
this is
Cause
going to
okay,
be
so
good, yes, but we have to
yeah, cause like I'm
torture
thinking like
ourselves for
before.
a fucking week.
Imagine if he did like a Treasure Planet plot. Imagine if like this thing is a map in my hands.
Probably there is like a map for where the box should have gone because somebody put something in the merchant's quarters because the eggs and the spiders were put there at the same time that the box was changed, so they are
Yeah.
connected. And
So someone's playing a trick on them.
yeah,
Someone's
Ultron is
someone has
not the
figured it out.
mastermind here. Also, uh, our game master said something about the spiders being from the same brood. So I'm thinking maybe a brood mother.
Well, I don't think that. I I think maybe the spiders like connect to whoever's behind this, but we
I
didn't
know,
hear which
but
route it was.
if I think what I'm thinking, the spiders are in the Underdark are really nasty, and if you know D&D lore, there is like a evil a spider, half a spider kind of god that the drows worship. So maybe drows are involved.
Are you talking about like the black spider or something
Yeah.
different?
No, I do not remember the name. Let me check. The drow god. Okay. Drow god.
That spiders worship apparently.
Yeah. Let me see. Loth. Yeah, something like that. And she is like a fucking big spider with a woman upper half.
A centaur spider.
Yeah, yeah, basically. I think we are dealing with something like that.
Oh, they're called driders. That's really cool. Like
Yeah,
spider centaurs. I mean, sorry. Uh,
yes. Actually, driders are drows that their god has cursed. So if a drow gets out of line, they turn the god will turn them into that.
ha- half spider. Wow. Huh.
Yes, that's a curse basically. Okay, I will see you in 6 days or a week, and I'm going
Wait a
to
minute, drow
go.
can turn into these things? Like they make
No,
drow
no,
can
no,
turn.
no. Not on their own. It's a curse their god gives them for punishment, because their whole existence is painful. They're in a constant state of pain, if I remember my lore correctly.
Okay, you have disadvantage on the charisma checks you make when interacting with elves. You must drink blood at least once for every 7 days. For each day beyond the seventh that you go without drinking blood, your hit point maximum is reduced by 10 points. If you die, this effect reduces your hit point maximum to 0. Once you drink blood, your hit point maximum. Okay, that's dark and cool though. Like that you
Yeah.
can just be half spider person.
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. I do
Yeah,
not think we can talk a lot about this because we do not have
yeah.
a lot
I
of
mean that drider.
information.
Yeah, that Drider thing would be kind of interesting, especially if like my Drow character comes into the mix. So like,
I
if
mean,
I die and
no,
if I
I
die
don't
and
think so. I think you're
my
okay
Drow
right
character
now.
comes into the mix though, then this is gonna be an interesting game.
I don't think so. I think your character is kind of okay right now. I
Well, yeah,
mean,
obviously, but like I'm saying, if like cause the Drow seem to be playing a big part here from our understanding so far.
that no, your understanding is totally correct because we are in the Underdark and Drow and their queen, their god queen, and the cursed Drow and everything else. They live in the Underdark. Underdark is their home. Uh, Imagine like this. The war happened and everyone went on into the Underdark. So basically, we invaded the territory of the Drow. So it's not a stretch to say we are going to have to fight the Drow god at some point, or come across
Oh
her
my god.
at least.
Okay, this is gonna be really good. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and I
Okay.
will leave you with that.
Yeah. All right. So uh so let's see here. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. So
No, just we just have to go sleep on it, or you guys have to go sleep on it. I have to
Wake
Fuck,
after this.
I have to be awake for like it's like 9 a.m. here. I have to be
Oh,
awake
really?
for like 12 more hours and be in agonizing pain as what is going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next time we come back, my zone of truth is still active. I'm going to interrogate the fuck out of you too, you and Ultron, because you are okay right now, but you
At the moment,
still
if because
yes.
I got a 17, so I got a pretty good roll on my sleight of hand, which means if this
I'm
thing
not no,
activates,
I'm not talking about the invisible ball. I'm talking about you and Lou. You stole the box and hit the Lou in the back of the head. So he doesn't trust you, but he's not going to actively try to kill you or throw you in the prison because what you told him that you were
okay,
doing that for the greater good, and he kind of understands sometimes good people make bad choices for the good of others, so he understands, but he still is pissed and does not trust
yeah, that was yeah. I'm surprised you didn't ask that honestly. Like, then why did you hit me in the back of the head? Like, I'm surprised like you didn't ask that.
you. Yeah, it didn't come up. There was like more important kind of problems to solve, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I figured like you're more chaotic than I am, so I didn't know if like
Nice.
huh.
I am chaotic neutral, but I know what's important. But I am sure that you attacking him will come up again soon.
Yeah, because like the only explanation I can really give is like I didn't mean to. Obviously, like uh, I
And you
didn't.
actually didn't mean to.
Yeah, like
You just
I
you just picked
I
the
hit him
box,
on
turned
accident.
with it, and just clocked me in the back of the fucking head.
Yeah, you were like actually wait, I did that while you were asleep. I think like you
No,
woke
no, I
up for like a
was
split
standing
second.
guard.
Oh right.
Okay, I'm going to go now because if
Okay.
I stay anymore, this how long? It's been already 3 hours 31 minutes. So I think that's a good place to end the video and start my agonizing day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, have a good day.
Have a good one. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.